somewhere in the ancient mystic trinity was born 3, and that's the magic number 3PW. It's Kevin Kelly, it's Doc Daniels, and we are here at the new Alhambra, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's a hot night, Doc, and the action is going to be sizzling.
I expect it to be a great show. You know, what a name for tonight's show other than Resurrection. I think that this fits tonight's event absolutely perfect.
You know, at the beginning of the year, this promotion was dead and buried, but it has come back to life. A renaissance, new faces, new talent, new names. Sterling James Keenan around ringside. A very controversial, dark character, I think has a tremendous, tremendous future. The future very bright in 3PW, but there is business to settle tonight, Doc, and that is Roadkill. That is the 3PW Championship.
215 and 11 ounces from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, this is Sterling James Keenan!
Sterling James Keenan been introduced to the crowd, and so many questions, Doc, about who indeed will be Roadkill's first title defense. We're going to speculate on it. Hopefully we'll find out before that main event gets in the ring.
Well, the rumors have been swirling all over the internet, all over the message boards everywhere, but here you see, let's get tonight's match, the Messiah making his return here to 3PW.
Last month, split open by the monster Abyss. Staples, stitches, and blood galore.
I saw the pictures of those staples in his head on 3pwrestling.com, and it was not a pretty sight. And look at him throwing the weapons into the ring. These fans here know Messiah as a hardcore beast, and it looks like he's ready to give them what they want.
A lot of Messiah critics will say he's a man who's thrown his life away to this style of wrestling, Doc. What do you think? Look at him. He looks great. He's got $1 million look, but he's been labeled a garbage wrestler.
Looks like Messiah has something to say.
Well, back in the ECW arena, fuck that Alhambra bullshit.
He's hardcore. Well, geez, let's just lump everybody in together.
Well, it looks like he's rebelling against the office.
I'm not doing your hardcore bullshit. And as far as Rockin goes, I was running here
preaching the mantra of it being fan-friendly. And when I mean fan-friendly, man loves headlocks.
Well, let's see how many he can pull out tonight.
The point I was trying to make, Doc, you know, Mike Hawes has been preaching the idea, if it's what the fans want, then the fans will get it. But of course, I mean, there has to be a point. There has to be a line drawn. I guess Messiah is sick of wasting his time, effort, energy on, you know, sort of the black arts, if you will, of ultraviolet extreme wrestling.
Well, Messiah gave it to them for years on end, and like you said, all he has to show for it is a stack of medical bills. So, I mean, although it may be what the fans want, maybe this is what's best for the Messiah.
If you look at Messiah's right hand, and I'm not telling a secret here, he is missing a thumb that was removed in a heinous assault over a rivalry within the extreme wrestling business. So to say the Messiah hasn't paid a price for what he has been branded would be a misnomer. As you see, he and Sterling James Keenan trading arm bars. Leg sweep, cover. Here's a leg sweep and a cover. Dump, each going for a drop kick, neutralizing the other.
Matching each other move for move. And you know, Messiah said it earlier, he can go. It looks like he might not need that hardcore.
Well, he never did. That is the case. And you know, you look at, again, a picture says 1,000 words, but never judge a book by its cover. You look at Sterling James Keenan, and Sterling is his first name, not a nickname. He looks like he could go hardcore if he wanted to as well. But here's another man, just 21 years old from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Nice German.
Dropping him right on his head, and there you see Messiah very happy with himself.
Turn Keenan over, center of the ring. Referee Jamalino, 2. Keenan rolls his shoulder up.
Yeah, this is a very important match for both individuals. Both want to make a mark here in 3PW, and this first win here is going to be vital for setting the pace of their career.
I mean, let's face it, the only reason Messiah was booked last month when he faced Abyss was because we knew we were going to see some blood. We knew we were going to see some extreme action.
Beautiful T-bone suplex by Messiah. Cover now onto Sterling Keenan.
Oh, wait. What was on the ropes? Molino went to 2. Keenan instinctively realized, hey, ref's not seeing my foot, I better kick out. But, you know, I mean, let's face it, that's the reason why Messiah was booked. And I think here now, an opportunity to rebrand himself in an era of rebranding. And, you know, this is my first time here in this historic arena, and I think it's a great way to begin my 3PW career, sitting alongside you, Doc Daniels, calling some great wrestling action.
This is also my first time here in this arena, my first time with 3PW. And here you see Messiah holding on to that, climbing those ropes.
Oh, smart move there by Keenan. Just 21 years old, as I mentioned, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Tough kid. And you know those tattoos, they always tell a story, and I wonder what kind of stories Keenan could tell. Oh, man.
Kicks out the leg right underneath Messiah.
The same leg that was hung up across the top rope a few moments ago. Sometimes you see wrestlers from that top rope, Doc, they will land crotch or groin first, but Keenan realized that it was Messiah's knee that went across that top cable strand. That's where the stress and strain is, and now the focused attack. Very, very smart. What a night here in the new Alhambra. You call it what you want, folks, but it's South Philly, it's gritty, it's hot, and the action is non-stop. Later on tonight, Roadkill defends the 3PW Heavyweight Championship against a yet-to-be-named opponent. Plus, America's Most Wanted is here. That's right, James Storr, Chris Harris. You see them on TNA. They're taking on the tag team champions of Blackball'd. That's Rockin Rebel and Greg Matthews. Now Keenan dropping Messiah right down across the midsection. Hook to the leg. 2 count.
That was a great move by Sterling, dropping him right on his back. Very innovative.
Keenan told me before the match to be on the lookout for the MK Ultra. You ever done any MK Ultra there, Doc?
Never done it. Have you?
No, I try to avoid large quantities of hallucinogenics. but it's a reverse tombstone pile driver, if you will. And if you hear me shouting about the MK Ultra, you'll know to be on the lookout for it. Boy, the focus though.
Right on that left knee by Sterling Keenan. Backing him up to the ropes now. Messiah setting him up. What's he gonna go for here?
Up on the shoulders now, high, high.
Nice crucifix bomb, planting him right in the middle of the ring. But kicking out right before that third.
Keenan able to roll those shoulders up. You saw the strength in the extension, but you can see the pain etched across Messiah's face. That knee is troublesome.
Messiah now reversing the Irish whip, picking up Keenan. Nice move. Koji cutter.
Whoa!
Kicks out right into two.
I'll tell you what, for everybody who ever labeled Messiah as one-dimensional, we are seeing that that is not the case here in 3PW. And this is a guy, Doc, that has championship experience. He is a big-time player in the industry. One of the most controversial, talked-about characters ever.
And everyone always talked about when is he going to come to 3PW. Well, he's here now, and he's doing his best to make an impact. Irish whip reverse. Has him up in that airplane spin position. Drops him right down. Looks like Keenan was rolling out of the move.
Keenan slid out. Now he's going to go for it again, a second time. Once again, Keenan able to counter. Spine buster.
Drills him hard.
Look at this, going right back to the leg. Very smart. STF. Submission hold.
Extremely smart. Putting the pressure on that left knee and at the same time wrenching back. Messiah has to be feeling it. I don't know how much longer he can hold on. Well, there you go.
Able to get to the bottom rope. Referee Jim Molyneux calls for the break. At 21 years old, Keenan is impressing me. Messiah has said, no more garbage. No more extreme.
And this is exactly what he was talking about.
I tell you what, the laissez-faire attitude of the referees in 3PW, it's something to admire. Sometimes some promotions, they see a chair in the ring, boy, and they all run scared like Chicken Little. Not here in 3PW. Here we go now. Tries the suplex, blocked. Messiah really used that left leg. That might be the last time he can use it.
Oh, hard on those steps.
Taped right fist. Messiah shoots a shoulder into the midsection. Sunset flip. Here we go.
Keenan holds it on, but look at the strength of Messiah pulling himself up.
Trying to get him over, trying to turn him around. Oh my. Chair almost in play. Keenan wriggles out of it. Double leg dive. Now going to turn him over. Boston Crab. Can he do it?
Keenan fighting as much as he can, and there you go. He fought out of it.
Boy,
line.
that chair in an ominous position in the center of the ring. Knife edge chop. Oh, DDT into that steel chair.
Right on the steel chair. Dead center. And there you have it. The Messiah wins.
Messiah wins. He used that steel chair, though. He didn't introduce it, but that steel chair, once again, his old friend.
But do you think Messiah knew what he was doing?
I don't know. I mean, again, that chair just happens to be in there. Wrong place, wrong time. But listen, the facts of the match are this, Doc. Messiah, with the help of a steel chair, got a hard-fought win over Sterling Keenan in his 3PW debut.
Even though it's a loss for Sterling Keenan, the steel chair was used.
I don't think you can look at this effort from either man. And even, you know, it looks as if Messiah is even questioning Molyneux, like, did I use that chair? Did that chair really, was that there? Almost like a called third strike in baseball or a check swing. Would that have been a strike? Well, guess what? It was a strike. It doesn't matter. Messiah's upset. You can tell he's upset. But a win is a win here in 3PW. He's on the scene, 3PW.
Josh Daniels, probably one of the best technical wrestlers in the industry today.
And that is saying a lot, but you're absolutely right. Precision, he is tremendous. He's not shy about his influences. You'll obviously see a lot of influences of Chris Benoit and the Dynamite Kid and Josh Daniels, but let me tell you something. That old wrestling cliche, he's going to need to bring a whole lot taking on this big man here tonight.
And that is the absolute truth. This man is probably one of the hearts and souls of 3PW. Here since its inception, done it all over the country, been to Puerto Rico, Japan, wrestled all over the United States. This could be a big win for Josh Daniels.
And you know something about Steve Mack. Here's a guy who was labeled and branded a tag team specialist, one-dimensional, almost like what we saw with Messiah earlier on. No one would give Steve Mack a chance, or put it this way, very few companies would give Steve Mack a chance. 3PW has given him a home. Now you'll see Steve Mack doing commentary for Jersey All-Pro. I'll tell you what, he's very entertaining on the mic, Doc.
He's extremely entertaining on the mic. As much as I love to listen to him on commentary, I have to be honest, my favorite place for him is right there in that circle.
Absolutely. This is going to be a very interesting match. Will Steve Mack dictate the pace, or will Josh Daniels?
And there's also a little bit of a size difference that we need to consider here also.
Certainly is. How will Mack's size advantage prevent Josh Daniels from his suplexes? How will it affect his strategy? And you see perhaps Daniels' strategy right away, Doc. Take Steve Mack down.
Very smart on the part of Josh Daniels. He knows that the best place to beat Steve Mack is going to be on the ground in this match.
But you know, for the levels of violence that Steve Mack has introduced to different parts of the world, his forte, his bread and butter, is mat wrestling. Not a lot of people know that. Steve Mack can go.
There's no doubt about it.
He's all part of that, correct me if I'm wrong, he's all part of the training that came with Homicide and that crew, the Doghouse. Oh yeah, I mean, world-renowned training center. And boy, you want to talk about training centers. There's one getting started in the area, the Top Gun Training Academy. You can find out more information on the website, 3pwrestling.com.
There you see a bit of a test of strength there, and Mack getting the advantage over Josh Daniels, wrenching down hard.
And of course, you know, the wrestling school of thought being, if you want to blow a big guy up, if you really want to get him sucking wind, take him down. Make him strain to get out from underneath. Wow,
right
boy.
Across the chest.
I'll tell you what, Mack threw an A shot right there, and Daniels didn't budge. And look at that, Mack doesn't budge.
Mack with the Irish whip.
Hey, there's no harm in flinching on a chop like that. Oh, watch out!
Not. Big power slam by Steve Mack, drilling Josh Daniels.
Boy, he drove the hips around on that one. And a 300-plus pound frame comes down on top. Extending the arm. Oh, Daniels, nice job. Here we go. Dragon suplex, no.
Hits him with that clothesline, but has no effect on the brick wall standing in that ring.
Well, the second one dinged him a little bit. Taking down the house brick by brick. Watch out. Oh, wow. Drop kick right to the knee. Now he'll come down with the clothesline. Take down the foundation and the house will fall, Doc.
I think Josh Daniels realized, if you saw early in the match, he kept going for the dragon suplex, the German suplex, but realized that wasn't going to work on Steve Mack. So he did the smart thing and went straight to the leg.
And you know, Josh Daniels has a bit of an axe to grind with the Philly crowd. So smart, so opinionated. They are the toughest critics, the best crowd in the world because they are so honest. They brutalized Josh Daniels, called him boring. And it's really fueled Daniels' fire. Made him more aggressive. And maybe it was the spark that he needed. He looks to be pretty sharp here tonight. You know, let's talk for a moment about the #1 contenders match we'll see later on. We got Simon Diamond and Slyk Wagner Brown. Their lives have been intertwined around the 3PW championship. But at the very least tonight, Doc, their championship lives are at stake. One man will move on to the glory of being a challenger once again. The other will move on to perhaps greener pastures.
You know, you gotta wonder, you look at Slyk Wagner Brown and you look at Simon Diamond. Slyk Wagner Brown knows what it's like to be 3PW heavyweight champion. Simon Diamond, he's been a tag team champion, but never heavyweight champion.
But Simon Diamond has been the straw that has stirred the drink in this company around that title through Simon Diamond's reign. What an amazing championship run it was. I mean, if you look at what Slyk Wagner Brown accomplished, going through the likes of defeating the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels. Many say is the #1 wrestler in the independent world today, and I would say he's #1 in the world, period. Yeah. Slyk Wagner Brown got a victory over him to become 3PW champion, losing to Roadkill, but certainly with Simon Diamond's involvement in that three-way dance, Doc, you have to wonder, how would things have been different if it was one-on-one? And how would things have been different if it was one-on-one for Simon Diamond?
Well, tonight, after one of those men win, they're going to get their answer.
As Steve Mack runs into the boot. Oh,
there's that lariat.
Boy, he was sizing it up. Tried it twice. Missed twice. Finally strikes gold, but unable to capitalize. Referee John Finnegan going to the 10 count. If he gets there, we would have a draw, but I don't think we're going to get there. Both men want it too bad.
Both men getting to their feet. Looks like Steve Mack is up first.
Oh, look at the look in the eyes of Josh Daniels. But Mack just rolls those eyes skyward, blistering right hands.
Nice Samoan drop, dropping him down hard.
Boy, you've seen a few of those in your career.
I've seen a few of those, and that is a great Samoan drop.
Doc Daniels, of course, the voice of WXW. And now Steve Mack going topside. Oh, no.
Do you think he's going to be able to get him up here, Kevin?
It is going to take every ounce of strength.
And he does it! Major strength used by Josh Daniels. I'm not surprised that the ring didn't collapse on that one.
I'll tell you what, this crowd is beginning to appreciate Josh Daniels more and more. You can't tell them who to like or who not to like. They appreciate you or they hate you. That's it. And it looks like Josh Daniels now carrying the fight to Steve Mack. Mack tried it earlier, paid the price. Now Daniels going topside. Two mat wrestlers trying to fly.
Beautiful missile drop kick right off the top rope, hitting it clean, but Mack kicking out.
Not enough body-to-body contact, perhaps on that lateral press. Boy, and it's a hot night as always in the summertime in the new Alhambra. And you have to wonder as this match goes on, will conditioning play a part? Head of steam from Daniels. Across, oh!
There's that belly-to-belly suplex patented by Steve Mack. And do you know what? I think he was playing possum there.
I think he knew exactly what Daniels was running into. As Gordon Solie used to say, the game of human chess.
Takes off the elbow pad. This cannot be good for Josh Daniels.
Oh, Daniels just blocked. German suplex with the release. And look at how, ooh!
Drops him down hard right on the head. It looks like Daniels is getting that rush of adrenaline. Cover. Steve Mack kicking out right at the 2.
He was able to pin Mack's arms behind him and reach down deep for the strength for that suplex. And now again, Josh Daniels going to the top rope. Tries another missile drop kick, and Mack was smart to it.
Daniels went to the well one too many times.
A second time where we see Steve Mack playing possum. Powerbomb, center of the ring.
Steve Mack now climbing.
Well, you know, as this match has gone on, it's like both men are getting stronger. Frog splash.
Cover. And that is it for Josh Daniels.
What a match.
52 seconds. Steve Mack.
Kevin, what's going on here? From the entranceway.
Who the hell is that?
That's Bison Bravado. That is Bison Bravado, also from the Doghouse.
That's Bison Bravado?
That's right, the former heavyweight champion of World Extreme Wrestling. What's he doing here at 3PW?
Well, he has just taken Steve Mack and flattened him. Bison Bravado has a reputation for hurting people.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do something like that to Steve Mack.
Bison Bravado's the guy that almost killed a kid in the ring. Look at this.
There's that cannonball right across the back of Steve Mack.
With Steve Mack's head and neck draped across that top rope, almost like a curb stop.
From Bison Bravado, not letting anything back.
So Bison Bravado wants Steve Mack to transform into his old self, into Monsta Mack.
You know, so I gotta argue a point. Steve Mack has looked better than ever. But obviously, Bison Bravado, he must see something that we don't.
Well, he might also be trying to make a name for himself at the expense of somebody that he feels. Again, perception could be reality, but Bison Bravado thinks that Steve Mack's best days have gone by. That may not be the case. And if it is, Bison Bravado will be chalking up wins against Steve Mack. Otherwise, Bison Bravado could be in for a world of hurt. before picture. It looks like his tricep is really fighting the grip of gravity.
I don't even know what to say about this guy. I mean, do you think when he looks in the mirror, he sees the same thing that, you know, you and I see sitting here?
I don't know. I know that Abdullah the Butcher probably looks at that and goes, Jesus. Look at that anorexic guy there next to him.
Oh, showing a little action there. Looks like Krude won that battle in my eyes.
Yeah. Yep, that's Krude. When I saw the booking sheet, I thought it was Krude. Remember that hack announcer that thought he was too good for the business?
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
I was like, oh, man. He's like 50-something years old. He's going to get in the ring? No, this is much better. Look at that.
You know, I bet he could fit a whole roster in between those roles.
Referee Jamalo's scared. Looking at him from here, he kind of looks like Shirley Hemphill from what's happening.
You know, it's ovations like the one that you just gave me, that made Tom Dreamer, Paul Heyman, and Chris McMahon all the easy number pay-per-view all over New York. They were all playing our shows to be there too. Those people respect true talent.
Can't believe they're saying that about the referee.
He looks a little overweight from the last time I saw him. And he's standing next to Krude.
Yeah, Barbertez, you know, he went some catering last weekend. I heard he was hitting it hard there.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Baltimore, Maryland, weighing tonight at 400.
Wait a minute, you got to read the numbers right there.
He's handing Bob Ortiz a new card.
Good thing Bob Ortiz isn't calling bingo here.
Little sidebar with the referee.
Looks like he's taking time to write his own ring introduction. Blame you, Bob.
Look at that. Kevin, I bet you wish you could have a body like that.
Brother, and you thought Edge was a home wrecker. Hide your wife. Oil him down.
you know, that shininess.
He's had some problems when it comes to finding a willing participant.
Now, being this is my first time here seeing Krude have a fan oil him down, do you think he makes the fan, you know, lift the rolls and go underneath?
Oh, jeez.
And then the second one and go underneath?
All right, what kind of hallucinogenic drugs is this girl doing? She's getting in the ring with Krude and she's gonna touch his fat.
It's a dirty job, but somebody has to do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. People are gonna buy this DVD.
She looks like she's enjoying herself.
Hey, she's not, you know, listen, she's an attractive girl, but
I bet you she's gonna buy this DVD when it comes out, and every night before she goes to bed, she's gonna pop it in the DVD player, hit play, and I could be with this man right now.
Oh my God, the straps, she's shining the man boobs. That poor thing, she got drunk, she went to a wrestling show, somehow she wound up in the ring oiling up Krude. Should know your limit, Toots. Oh, we have a match.
Oh, that's right. Well, here we have another man that's been a strong mainstay here in 3PW, the one and only debonair Damian Adams.
Here's a guy who's really starting to make a name for himself. Somebody that you may not have seen before, but he's been really, really working hard at his craft. And probably, Doc, over what, the last, I'd say since the beginning of the year, it's really been a good 2005 for Damian Adams.
I have to agree with you there. I mean, this man has really, you know, done it all for the Philly crowd here. You know, feuds with Ruckus. He's gone through tables. He hasn't been able to answer the 10 count because, you know, he's just been battered so much. And as you can see, the fans respect that.
A lot of luminaries here in the crowd tonight. Ray Sager from Jersey All Pro. A lot of people here to check out. They want to see what's going to happen with the 3PW Championship. They want to know who Roadkill's opponent is. Oh my God.
Take a look at Krude. I hope we have extra rope somewhere in the back.
And you know, that is the lowest bottom rope I think I've ever seen. And somehow, Krude found a way to even make that too big. You know, you come into this arena, it's a famous, we all know it's famous, of course. When you look and you see the honor paid to Rocco Rock Ted Petty over to our left of the broadcast position, a banner honoring his great life. Now look at the silliness that's going on here in the ring.
He's checking the make sure the referee's legal.
Trust me, he's not. Boy, they're saying that about Ray Sager, Jersey All Pro. Oh no, sorry, Krude. All right, we've had fun now. Let's see if Krude can wrestle. I heard a rumor that he can't.
Again, he should. Krude's very proud of his body. Damian Adams getting the crowd rallied up behind him.
I think at this point they would just like to see Krude knocked on his big rear end. We have a lockup, collar and elbow. Set your watch, folks.
There you see again, showing off You know, you got Damian Adams, a product of Camp IWF in West Patterson, New Jersey, and there you got Kris Krude, a product of McDonald's, Burger King, and Hardee's.
You know, he goes, I could see somebody like Kris Krude, he's got the body that's like, well, I lost 800 pounds. Yeah, okay, great, you still weigh 450. And now I gotta have like, you know, a body lift.
You know, we talked about earlier tonight the size difference between Steve Mack and Josh Daniels. And how Josh Daniels, he was able to overcome that size difference, hit his Germans, hit his Dragons. But here you see Damian Adams trying to hit him with that collegiate slam, and it's just not working.
No, yeah, it's going to have to be, I think, a war of attrition here.
Wait, quick, someone get Damian Adams' face out of there. He's going to get caught up in the rolls. He's going to suffocate to death.
Perhaps referee Jim Molyneux might want to check that holdout. Get in there tight. Get in there, Jim.
I think he's afraid to. Krude hit the ropes and obviously takes him down hard with that shoulder block takedown.
Even after the shoulder block, it's tough to slow his momentum down.
Absolutely.
Oh, here we go.
Crisscross in the ring. But wait, take a look. Kris Krude, I think he's running out of steam.
I think I saw him on The Biggest Loser last summer, remember?
Unfortunately, I do remember.
Look at referee Jim Molyneux cheering him on. Everyone gets a medal.
Damian Adams taking a seat by ring announcer Bob Ortiz.
Wait a minute, second win. Oh, no.
Down on his knees.
He goes sleepy. What happened to Damian Adams? He's sitting next to...
right next to Bob Ortiz.
I don't blame him.
Kris Krude trying to roll underneath the bottom rope. Keyword, trying.
Oh, no.
Do you know what? Smart move by Damian Adams because he's wearing Kris Krude out.
Well, he's lapped him.
And he has. Look at him.
Well, you know what they say, slow and steady wins the race. Or in this case, has a massive coronary.
Ooh! Slaps the fat right off of his face.
Might have to hit him a couple more times.
And take a look at this.
Hang on,
Damian
security. We need security.
Referee Jim Molyneux helping him in the ring. How he's in the ring.
And then... Well, now we're down to business.
Do you know what I'd love to see, Kevin?
What's that?
I'd love to see Damian Adams pick up Kris Krude for that pop-up drop. Running Samoan drop out of the corner. That's 200 and some pounds coming down onto Damian Adams.
And there's another royalty check going up to Allentown, isn't there? Every time you say Samoan drop, the cash register rings.
That's 2 for the night.
Ah, look at this now. Well, we'll see if we can, Doc, do we fill requests here during this con? We'll see if we can fill Doc's request. See if we can make more money for the Samoans. We'll see if Damian Adams can avoid being trapped under the gluttonous, bulbous rolls of one Kris Krude. And I think the young woman who oiled up Kris Krude now is beginning to sober up and is being informed of the horror. Oh, God,
no, look at her. And did you see the look on her face? She's getting all hot and bothered.
She must have just had another round. Leg is hooked. 2 count only. Imagine how much effort Damian Adams has to exert just to kick out. A simple lateral press.
Nice move here by Kris Krude, stretching the back in a surfboard-like position.
I would imagine Kris Krude floats pretty well in salt water.
I bet he does. I'd love to see him do a cannonball from the diving.
Oh, the triple Lindy. Oh, there's good use of the size. We mock and we jest. But let me tell you, I know Kris Krude has trained a long time. He's paid his dues in wrestling school.
I've seen him working out those biceps. I mean, lifting that burger from the table to the mouth, and again, then he got to the donut. You know, he moves on. He starts out with the single, then the double, then the triple.
Here we go! I'll tell you what, good thing for Damian Adams, he slipped out of the way.
Kris Krude, I think he's trying to catch his breath. Damian Adams now up to his feet, as is Kris Krude. Ducks a clothesline.
Boy, good snapping right hands from Damian Adams. He looks good. I can't wait to see him step up against some perhaps more orthodox competition. And I don't mean Greek.
Ducks again a clothesline, flies with the clothesline of his own. Kris Krude he's teetering, he's tottering.
Shades of Yokozuna.
Oh, wow. Drop kick, absolutely beautiful by Adams, covered.
That's it, no.
Kicks out right before the two.
And you know, we mock, we jest, we have fun at Kris Krude's expense, but let me tell you, at this point, he doesn't seem to be breathing too heavily. He's able to move. Oh, wow.
And he hits hard.
So much for moving. Trying to turn him over.
I don't think he can do it.
Get a forklift, a bobcat, something.
And he kicks out. Kevin, do you think maybe Kris Krude is the mystery opponent for Roadkill?
I don't know.
Could you imagine that match?
Could you imagine Kris Krude trying to get the belt around his waist? And no, Molyneux shoved into the top rope, accidentally knocking Damian Adams off. That's the last thing. Oh, wait a minute, what the heck?
Kris Krude dug deep in his pants, deep in his pants, and pulled out some type of foreign object.
Is that the rock that Tom Cruise gave to poor Katie Holmes? No.
Damian Adams attempting a backslide. Again, I don't think, uppercut with that object.
He's tucking it in the roll.
He is tucking it in the rolls.
Tuck and roll.
Elbow drop right onto Damian Adams. Laying on top of him. And that is it. I don't think Kris Krude needed to hook that leg. I think he just needed to drape his body right over Damian Adams.
In 9 minutes, 22 seconds, you will have Kris Krude.
I think Jim Molyneux should raise that other arm of Kris Krude.
I don't even want to imagine where that thing has gone to, or where it's been, or how badly it smells. But regardless, with a little Abdullah elbow drop there at the end, Kris Krude scores the victory.
That's a devastating elbow drop. Those 50-pound biceps being drilled across the chest of Damian Adams.
You drop almost, what do you think he goes? Legit. 4, 4 and a quarter?
I'm going to say about 4, 4 and a quarter. I think that's underestimating a little bit.
Do you think Southwest Airlines would charge him for 2 seats?
I do, and I think you would need that emergency exit seat. So, you know, there's that big space in front of him. You know, I heard a story once about Kris Krude. He went to the diner, he picked up the menu, and the waitress said, "What do you want?" And he said, "I'll have this."
Yeah?
And the waitress said, "Well, what is this?" And as he's panning his hand over the left page, he's saying, "All of this."
Wow.
And he ate it, boy, let me tell you.
Brother could put it away.
Stories. They have to be true.
A legend perhaps is born here in 3PW. Kris Krude.
And I bet you Kris is gonna get lucky tonight.
Oh!
I bet you.
That's enough.
Tough loss tonight against the Messiah. What does the future hold for Sterling James Keenan?
First of all, Messiah didn't beat me. He cheated me. He dropped me head first on my skull on top of a steel chair tonight. Messiah, Whether you're a garbage wrestler or a regular wrestler, you're still a piece of trash, and I can assure you this will never happen again. Anyone that steps in the ring with SJK, whether it be in 3PW or anywhere else in the world, is going to realize why I am the future of this business, why I am #1, and why I will own the world.
Wrestling fans, our next contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit.
20 minutes, good job!
Well, here's a man who really could use some... He needs a make good. Tribute to Brody, tribute to Spider. Tragic story. Ron Zombie. Oh. He's had his troubles here lately, though. You know, Doc, I knew that Ron Zombie had been struggling internally with his recent losses. But those apologizing to his forefathers, apologizing for what he's about to do. Looks like I think he's done. And his opponent, J Money, is coming out basically, you know, Mike Tyson just gave up in the middle of a recent box. Oh, wow.
Ron Zombie not even
oh my God.
His introduction.
Boy, the look in the eye of Ron Zombie has completely changed. And J Money thought he was walking in.
Crisscross neck breaker by Ron Zombie. Right across the back, Zombie. What a neck breaker right from that middle rope. Working on the neck of J Money.
We've always known that Ron Zombie has been a tortured soul, very introspective, motivated, tremendous influences. J Money with the power slam. You know, now Ron Zombie, I'm haunted by those words where he talked about apologizing to his forefathers who had spilled their blood in this building, in this ring, and saying he was sorry.
Well, take a look at this. Zombie picks him up and hits him hard down with that choke slam.
Turned him inside out.
And he talked about reparations. It looks like that's what he's trying to do now.
You know, the resurrection title for this event proving to be very prophetic. And here we go, Soul Crusher, vintage Ron Zombie. Wow!
And that is it.
Doc, if this victory has given Ron Zombie any peace.
You think it's enough?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it.
Well, I gotta say, for the sake of a lot of wrestlers here in 3PW, I sure hope it was enough.
Well, let's send it back. Let's see if we can get some words with Ron Zombie.
Ron Zombie, can I get a question with you? It seems like you're having a hard time here. Do you have any comments?
Ladies and gentlemen, this next match is a tag team match. It is for the 3PW Tag Team Championship.
This is one that I'm looking forward to.
Well, the crowd reaction seems mixed here.
It depends on your chromosomal composition.
I think that's a perfect explanation.
I got a lot of respect for these guys. America's Most Wanted. In my opinion, the best tag team in the world today.
Deny your claim that they are the top tag team wrestling today, but as you hear the music, these two men walking out right now are the top tag team in 3PW, and that's exactly where we are right now. Blackball'd, Greg Up Matthews, the Rockin' Rebel.
And you know, I can't think of a better combination for either man. The experience of Rebel, the raw intensity of Greg Matthews, and what you wind up with are two outcasts, two guys that nobody wants to do business with, and they are the 3PW Tag Team Champions. It's a perfect story. And let's face it, I mean, the 3PW Tag Team Championship, not exactly steeped in legacy. We'll talk about that. Saying the 3PW tag team title lineage is not what I would call stellar.
You're absolutely right there.
As is the case with a lot of tag team divisions nowadays, it has been a muddled mess. But that said, now that Blackball'd claimed the gold, and rightfully so, and if they could go out and defeat arguably the greatest tag team in the world today, what a shot of adrenaline that would be for the 3PW tag team division. All the sins of the past could be melted away here in one night.
And you know, it's a shame that tag team divisions all over the country really are in shambles. Well, let's see what they have to say.
Wait a minute, Wildcat Chris Harris.
This is a place that you told me
James Storm battled Kris here last month. What a match that was. Jeremy Borash was here. What a tool that guy is. Now I can sleep at night.
Greg Matthews getting very confrontational.
And one more thing. It sounded like blah, 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 y'all. Blah, blah, y'all.
I thought I heard the wah.
Oh, wait a minute now. Don't give a live microphone to the
here we
Rebel
go.
after the month
This is
that
what I
this man
love.
has had. That's a very good point. Well, now that the pleasantries have been cast aside, 6-time tag team champions of the world.
Not holding anything back.
Wow, come on. Rebel just nodded off. And referee John Finnegan quickly passes the microphone to Bob Ortiz, and here we go.
It looks like we're finally going to get this match underway.
Yeah, Cowboy James Storm tripped on the bottom rope.
Welcome to Philadelphia.
A city that booed Santa Claus. And rightfully so, he's a heel. Now let's talk about America's Most Wanted here.
All right, let's do that.
Wildcat Chris Harris, Cowboy James Storm, but let's some of what they've accomplished. I mean, 6-time tag team champion of the world. And of course, I think the one match that is symmetrical with their greatness. Daniels, Elix Skipper, 6-sided cage.
A great match, a brutal match.
And you know, regardless of the promotion that they work for, is that still in business, by the way?
That it is. As you heard Wildcat say, in 24 hours, they'll be live on pay-per-view all over the world.
Oh, they will be. I don't know who's going to watch it. Bob Ryder's mom will probably be watching.
Do I sense a little hostility?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. I just checked.
And, of course, I mean no disrespect to Bob Ryder's mother. But I think she would be the only one who would buy that. Now, again, for all the experience that America's Most Wanted has, Rockin' Rebel has more shower time than they have ring time.
Good point. Absolutely good point. Rebel, an 18-year veteran, home here in Philadelphia. This crowd knows all about Rockin' Rebel.
They have seen his entire career. It's an open book.
Every federation Rebel goes into, he makes an impact quickly, takes some gold, and leaves smoke in his trail.
But the one thing about Rebel, and I think you could say this, oh, wait a minute, nice, rolling, reverse out of the corner. One thing I could say, I don't think I've ever seen the Rockin' Rebel more energized, more into what he's doing right now. He really seems to have embraced this opportunity to make a stand in this team of Blackball'd, to stick it up the rear end of everybody who said they couldn't do it.
I agree. And do you know what? Let me tell you a story. A few weeks ago, I was flipping through the archives. Ooh, look! Well, take a look at this. Here you see,
wow,
by Rockin' Rebel, the sunset flip. And about 7 months ago, you would never have thought he could pull off.
I think it's a question of not whether he could. It's a question of did he want to.
As I was saying, flipping through some issues of PWI, back in '91, the Rockin' Rebel was ranked, and right underneath that, a perfect description, a description that may fit him right now.
Nice. Ooh, almost.
Aerial mover, loved by the fans of Philadelphia. At that time, he was touring Japan and all over the country. The people couldn't wait for him to come back, and here he is, back home in Philadelphia, home at the ECW Arena, showing everyone that he can still move after 18 years.
And an Ace and Gary unintentional moment there for,
Oh, this is That is a position that I don't think America's Most Wanted wants to be in.
And you thought a 91-year-old guy was deep throat.
Oh, here we go.
I don't think that this was the plan that America's Most Wanted had.
And listen to the people.
I'll tell you what, you don't realize how big Greg Enough Matthews is, really. You start to see him next to Rebel. Guy's a wall, 6'6", 280. He's jacked.
That he is. Greg Matthews, probably most famous for his time on MTV's Tough Enough 1. Had to step away due to a back injury, but you know what? Their loss was our gain.
That's right. Well, you know, there are very few great careers in professional wrestling history. Look at this. They don't want to let go.
Holding on to that collar and elbow tie, rolling all over Philadelphia.
Oh, Storm with the opportunistic shot from behind. Very few careers that are successful in pro wrestling are a straight line. I mean, look at Ric Flair. A broken back in a plane crash goes on to become, well, Ric Flair. Look at that, flying over the top rope.
Referee now being held. Oh! Greg out a little bit, cover, and he kicks out. Clothesline takedown now.
I'll tell you what, if Harris puts his hands on Finnegan again, Finnegan will deck him, because he'll get his Irish up quick. Finnegan got that ECW payoff. He got to work. Happy. Probably got some from Mrs. Finnegan.
Greg Matthews attempted a hip toss. There you see another attempted hip toss. But Greg, the quicker of the two. Wildcat now on the outside of the ring.
Well, you know, there is a group, 5, 6 deep, young ladies, transfixed on America's Most Wanted.
But you know what? There's also a group of maybe 8, 9, or 10 ladies transfixed on Greg Matthews. Trust me, I've seen it.
Oh, smart.
Rebel now tagged in. Chris Harris now stuck in the ring with both members of Blackball'd. Double Irish whip out of the corner. Rebel down on his knees.
Wow.
Nice leg larry by Greg Matthews.
Landed right on his feet. 1, 2. Rebel knew that Storm was coming in. Rebel gets tossed to the outside. Whoa!
Greg Matthews over, hitting hard on that ring apron. Shoulder to the midsection by Matthews. Oh! Right into a super kick by Cowboy James Storm. Laying out Greg Matthews in the dead center of that ring.
You know, it's almost cathartic. I think America's Most Wanted needs to change their address from Orlando, Florida to Philly. I think it looks like they're having fun.
I think you're absolutely right.
Oh!
Kick right to the back.
They get on here. They cut the promo as a cover. They cut the promo. They get to have some fun. They get to super kick the daylights out of Greg Matthews.
No FCC to worry about.
No Jeff Jarrett to worry about.
Well, you said it, not me, Kevin.
I don't care.
Shoulder block takedown. Greg now rolling to the outside.
Well, Greg's got to try to find a way to, he's got to do something. The hell's he got in his hand?
Is that?
Oh, that's a
that is
staple gun.
Staple gun.
They were using that earlier to try to staple the ring apron in the corner. Don't do it. Come on.
Tag now. Both members of America's Most Wanted in. Double back elbow.
I'll tell you what, notice no cover there. Notice how they'll try to work the side of the ring that the Rebel is not at.
Smart move.
You will see them utilize what will be the near side closest to the camera here at the broadcast position. Otherwise, Rebel would be able to reach across and potentially tag his way in. Smart tag team wrestling from America's Most Wanted.
And you know, tag team wrestling is an art. You know, professional wrestling, period, is an art, but tag team wrestling has that special niche, and it's not, you know, it's not as appreciated now as it was in the past. I mean, in the past, you had great tag teams, the Midnight Express, the Rock and Roll Express, and now you've got great tag team chips, America's Most Wanted, and Blackball'd in the ring, continuing the tradition. Someone needs to do it.
Well, they certainly do, and that's one of the reasons why we talked about, you know, the languishing tag team division. And trust me, America's Most Wanted is not, in my opinion, the best tag team in the world today because there is no competition, but there's very little debate. It used to be you could talk about, was it the Rock and Roll Express? Was it the Midnight Express? Was it the Road Warriors? Was it the Horsemen? Who would it be? You had 4 or 5 teams then in the, wow, the educated feet of Cowboy James Storm. You can talk about Demolition. You can talk about the Rockers. But now, who do you talk about?
You talk about those two men right there in that ring, America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, and you talk about the fact that if Blackball'd wins this match, First of all, what would it mean to 3PW? Here's the question. What would 3PW gain by having America's Most Wanted as their tag team champions? I think quite a bit, because they're arguably the greatest tag team in the world today. Nice tag team moves. Rebel desperate in to break up the count.
But if Blackball'd is able to win this match, can America's Most Wanted be considered the top tag team in the industry today?
Well, I think it would be more of a, what would this victory mean to Blackball'd? Either way, I think it's win-win for 3PW. So hats off to General Manager Mike Hawes for booking this match, for bringing in the top tag team in the world today to say to Rebel and to Greg Matthews, hey, if you guys are good enough, let's see you get it done. Well, I'll tell you what, Storm and Harris are doing an excellent job of distracting referee John Finnegan. Rebel's not helping, letting his emotions play into this. And those big arms and those big quads of Greg Matthews are starting to get heavy as the lactic acid builds in the muscles. Tired, he has to be.
James Storm off the top rope with a double axe handle. Cover. Greg kicks out. You saw Rebel reaching in there trying to break it up, but was unable to do so.
I'll tell you what, I was just handed a note. Later on tonight, folks, the Blue Meanie, who has been through so much recently, the Blue Meanie not medically cleared to wrestle tonight. We understand that he is here, but we don't know what he's going to do. I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention. Wow, Wildcat Chris Harris just throwing Greg Matthews out. I'll tell you what, Doc, describe to me what Rebel's going to do if he gets his hands on Harris and Storm. Describe it to me.
I saw what Rebel's done when he gets his hands on people that he don't like.
Ooh, on the concrete floor.
Did you just see that? Did you just see that on the concrete floor?
Yes.
It's going to be about 10 times worse than that. Because Rebel's not someone you want to mess with, but when he's pissed off, you really don't want to mess with him.
And I'll tell you what, with the month that Rebel has had. But you know the nice thing about Rebel, just getting started with the Top Gun Wrestling Academy. Find out all the information, 3pwrestling.com.
I mean, Rebel's had a great past couple of weeks, great past couple of months. You know, becoming, heavily now involved in 3PW, capturing a heavyweight championship up in WXW, tag team champions in 3PW, Wrestling America's Most Wanted. If he wins, that's just going to bolt his credibility that much higher. I mean, he's captured tag team gold in other companies, other federations. I mean, he's doing more now than he was probably about 10 years ago.
He is at the top of his game. Looks like Harris and Storm are having fun now, starting to pick him apart.
Ooh! Matthews blocking the double axe handle. And here you see Rebel. Rebel's waiting for that tag. The people want to see it. Hell, I want to see it. Ducks the line, does Greg Matthews.
What a southpaw Harris, missed with the clothesline. Collision.
Do you hear the people, Kevin?
Rebel chomping the gum. He's ready to go. There's a tag. Oh no.
James Storm and Rebel, now the legal men, storm off the ropes on the receiving end of a back elbow from the Rockin' Rebel. Look at that drop kick.
He is an aerial specialist.
That he is. Did you ever see that big double moonsault he does, Kevin?
No.
Maybe we'll see it tonight.
He'll be dusting that one off. I'll tell you what, though, what a match for 3PW. Two great tag teams slugging it out. 3PW tag team titles on the line.
Nice move there by Greg Matthews.
Look at that. What agility, quick as a cat. Storm in to cut him off.
Slap right across the face.
And it's at this time the big game instincts of America's Most Wanted kick in.
Oh, what's going on here?
What the hell is this?
Oh, well, oh my God. Oh my God! That was a powerbomb into an assisted superplex. All four men down and all the fans on their feet here at the arena.
Here's the cover. 2, no. Wow. What a move. That one's going to make the highlight reels for sure. America's Most Wanted. Blackball'd. 3PW tag team titles on the line here at Retribution. The most important match in 3PW tag team history.
Looks like we got Wildcat in the ring with Greg Matthews. Look, Rebel on the outside, missing the chair shot. James, oh, right
Rebel.
across the back by
Rebel.
James Storm. Chris Harris in the ring with Greg Matthews. Kevin, what's gonna happen?
It looks like Finnegan's out checking on the Rebel. Storm is waiting for his opportunity to strike with that chair. And there it is.
Greg Matthews eating that steel chair. Cover! Could this be? No!
That was it. America's Most Wanted was on the plane to Orlando. Told to go. But Greg Matthews changed the game plan.
America's Most Wanted is saying that's it. It's over, but will it be?
Here we go. Here we go. This move is spelled gold before.
Oh, right to the outside. Rebel. Beautiful move by Greg Matthews and Rockin' Rebel. Cover. No. Not enough.
Rebel hung out to dry on the ramp. Matthews had stormed the legal man.
This just goes to show you how important this 3PW tag team title is to both of these teams.
And now the double team advantage. Storm, Harris. Sweet spine buster. And now America's Most Wanted with a golden opportunity to perhaps take the gold. It looks as if they are setting up Greg Matthews. Look at this.
Suplex into powerbomb position, but Rebel pulling him out. Backslide! Could this be? Yes! Blackball'd wins it! Blackball'd retains! Blackball'd has just defeated what has been, and I say has been considered, the greatest tag team in the industry.
Boy, the proof is in the pudding. Congratulations to Blackball'd. What? That was one hell of a tag team match. 4 great athletes gave it their all.
Hey, I know we all hate TNA. Fellas, you did what you had to do. We respect you guys.
Nice show of respect by Blackball'd.
And I agree. Well, they walked in hated, but they're going to leave appreciated.
Can you blame them after that performance?
Oh, that was great. I'll tell you what, like we said, Philly fans, you got to earn it. And America's Most Wanted earned it.
In case anyone in TNA wants to come down again, let me remind you again why they call us Blackball'd. We've been thrown out of companies while we were still tag team champions. Because we do what we want, and we want to do it. Bottom line, fellas.
All right, 3PW, we love you.
Well, it's a huge night here in 3PW as the man who will vie for the #1 contender's crown and lovely Talia coming out of the limousine right now. Simon, Diamond, Talia, I wanted to get your thoughts. Are there any pre-match jitters? Is there any nervous energy? This is a huge night for both of you.
Nervous energy? I don't think so. I'm very confident in Simon Diamond. And tonight is only the beginning.
Is it the beginning, Simon Diamond, or is it the beginning of the end? For months, you have really been the straw that has stirred the drink here around the 3PW Heavyweight Championship. Tonight, the #1 contendership is on the line. Really put up or shut up time. You, Slyk, Wagner, Brown, your thoughts, sir?
The straw that stirs the drink. Probably the phrase that has hit the nail on the head when you're describing what Simon Diamond has done here in 3PW. Because in all honesty, I have given and I have taken away from Slyk Wagner Brown. When Roadkill had him beat 2 months ago, I decided, not yet, it's not time. So I gave Slyk Wagner Brown the victory. And then last month, when I decided it's time, I gave that victory to Roadkill. Is tonight the beginning? Tonight's not just the beginning. Tonight's the now, and tonight is the future of 3PW. You see, Kevin Kelly, it's very, very simple. I am driven by ego, and my ego cannot get enough of what I have to have. Do you think for 1 second that this beautiful woman would be with anyone other than someone in first place?
Sorry.
Do you think for 1 second that I can get up in the morning and look at myself if I don't know for a fact that I am #1? I can't. And that's why tonight, every inch of my credibility, every inch of my ego is on the line. And Kevin Kelly, so help me God, tonight is a big game. And you are looking at Mr. Clutch. Bet on Simon Diamond. It's a guarantee. Tonight begins. Tonight is now. Tonight starts the future of 3PW as I reclaim the credibility and bring it back to the heavyweight title.
Well, certainly I want to get your thoughts about the new champion, Roadkill, because, I mean, there seems to be a polarizing effect. A lot of people are happy to see the gains that Roadkill has made, and they're proud to see that an ECW alum is now on top of things in 3PW. Your thoughts about Roadkill and his reign as champion?
I gave him that title. Roadkill and I go way back in the days of ECW. This, the home of ECW. Roadkill, make no mistake about it. I win tonight, I'm guaranteeing it. And I am coming straight for you, and I am coming straight for that title. And remember why. My ego needs feeding, Kevin Kelly, and I'm starving.
The last team standing will become the #1 tag team contenders. The referee, Mr. John Finnegan.
That guy's going to be really upset in about 12 seconds.
Wait, I'm all confused here, Kevin.
There's one guy who thought Condry and Eat were coming through the curtain.
Now, Kevin Kelly, these two men, Drew Blood, Devon Moore, potentially, well, in my mind, they are the greatest up-and-coming tag team.
Why?
Right
What
here
makes,
at 3PW.
what makes them so great?
They're young, they're versatile, they have it together. You know, they bring a little bit of the high flying, a little bit of the technical aspect. Drew Blood, a master on the microphone. Just listen.
Yeah, but Doc Daniels, let me tell you something, brother. They may be a good tag team, but they lack the size. That is one thing that's holding them back is size.
Rockin' Rebel joining us in commentary.
The only thing they don't lack in size is their mouth. As you know, Doc Daniels, you got a big mouth yourself. Isn't that right, Kevin Kelly?
Amen. Well, we'll see if Notorious Inc. can be victorious. But Rockin' Rebel, congratulations. You and Greg Matthews, Blackball'd. That was one hell of a match against America's Most Wanted.
Thank you very much, sir. Kevin Kelly, I'll give you your $5 as soon as I get it.
Attaboy. I'll tell you what, it looked like, again, the spark is back in the 18-year veteran. I've never seen you look better than you do now, more energized, more jump in your step. Looks like you're having fun.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm having fun, and like I said, I'm going to be watching this match closely because, like I said, these are some young bucks coming out here, and the winner of this match is going to be getting a title shot at us on the next show. So I'm up here scouting.
This has been a big month for you, Rebel. You know, you basically put all the rumors to rest that, you know, that you didn't have anymore, that you're too old to go, that you should hang up the boots and quit the business. You proved them all wrong.
That's right. Everybody says I'm a 40-year-old washed-up man. I'll stand corrected. I'm 39 years of age, and I still got a lot of years left in me. And I'll tell you something. I feel like I'm 18 years old again. I'm ready to rock and roll. As you know, Doc Daniels just winning the WXW heavyweight title, being 3PW tag team champions. I'm on a roll. Nobody can stop us right now.
And one of the...
Originated by Rockin' Rebel, Blue Meanie, and our good buddy Augie.
This is the team of men, J.T. Moses, and number 1, Judas Ray, Illinois Salvation.
Young, up-and-coming, tough tag team. As you can see, these guys have the size and look like they could dominate these young Notorious Inc. fellas.
Looks like they got a little mean streak on them too, Rebel.
I have to say, when I first saw Salvation a few months ago, I was a little weary about, you know, their ability as a tag team, but they have grown so much over the past couple of months, and now training at the Top Gun Wrestling Academy, the sky's the limit for Salvation. They've really impressed me, as has these two men.
Here's another young up-and-coming tag team. Primetime players coming right out of the Top Gun Wrestling Academy also. Big month last month for Teddy Fine with a big singles win over Ron Zombie. Can you believe that?
Well, Ron Zombie is, I think physically is still the same, emotionally a shell of his former self. We're watching him unravel right before our very eyes. But Rebel, talk about the Top Gun Wrestling Academy. What sets this school apart? Because it seems like every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there has got a wrestling school. What sets this academy apart from everybody else?
Well, this academy sets it apart because myself, Blue Meanie, and Greg Spitz are going to be the head teachers there at that school. And we're not just going to have a ring in the school. We got a full gym, treadmill. Guys are going to be getting conditioned. We're also going to be having doing aerobic stuff. We're going to have a basketball thing set up. I mean, it's going to be almost like a family outing there at the school.
Remind me of Edge and Christian a little bit with their antics, with the way they carry themselves. But Rebel, I know that, of course, 18 years in the business and all of Meanie's experience being passed down generation to generation. Your trainers, Meanie's trainers, they'll play an influence on these young men and women who come into the Top Gun Wrestling Academy.
That's very much true. You're right, Kevin Kelly. I'll tell you something. I try to teach these guys. I don't want them to make the same mistakes that I've made throughout my career, and that's why I'm tough on these guys. And you can see 6 of these gentlemen in the ring, like I said, have less than 5 years experience, and these guys are out here looking like they're veterans in the ring.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to Doc, I'm going to leave a lot of the calling of this match to you. Some of these high-risk moves, the fancy names, etc.
Well, I gotta say, there's gonna be a lot of that, especially with Notorious.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, that had to hurt. Oh my God. Oh my God. See, that's what Mike Brown gets for not coming to the building on time when he's supposed to. That's what happens, I told you. See, that's part of discipline that we teach at Top Gun Wrestling Academy.
Rebel, what's gonna happen in a month from now if you're on the receiving end of that double stop?
I'll tell you something, brother. As you know, just like I'd be in bed with your mom, I just power right off.
Wow!
Oh my God! Oh, I don't know. I don't think anybody wants to be on the receiving end of this. Mike Brown is taking a beating. Oh my God! I've never seen a red-headed stepchild ever been beat like that before.
Right across the back of the neck by Judas Gray.
Look at Teddy Fine. He's got those alligator arms. You know, Kevin Kelly, he does not want to tag in there right now.
No.
Oh!
Nice lariat taking Mike Brown down. He's hurt.
It looks like Notorious Inc. 2 doing a smart job staying out. Again, they're going to have to. Now they're tagged in.
I gotta say, probably the most experienced of all 6 of these men off the ropes now. Take a look at this. Knee right across the neck area by Drew Blood. Cover.
2! Almost had him.
Mike Brown hasn't had one single offensive move, not even a punch or anything. I mean, he's lucky he's even breathing. Oh! Hamilton's getting a breath here. Oh, what's going on? Oh, that was short-lived. That was definitely short-lived. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh! Good night, Irene. Oh! Wow, Notorious Inc. getting a little spunk in their heels tonight.
Face first, driving to the ring now. Notorious Inc. also the most experienced as a tag team. Here he is again with the wheelbarrow. Beautiful full Nelson sit-down slam. Looks like Teddy Fine starting to take control of this match, but he is at a disadvantage. 1 on 4. His partner's gone.
I don't know about Drew here. Drew seems to have taken a little bit of incentive himself, but like I said, the size is what's killing him right now, and he really tried to go over the edge there with Teddy Fine, and Teddy Fine put him away.
Everyone knows that Drew Blood has been selling cruiserweight divisions all over the country. Now it's going to be interesting to see if they can excel with Devon Moore in the tag team division.
Ooh! Oh, you can hear those punches from here.
You teach him to throw punches like that?
I teach them that if they don't lay them in, I'm going to lay them in.
Teddy Fine ducks the line. Judas Gray now attempting to duck a line of his own, but it was on the receiving end of a rocker dropper.
A cravat there. English style wrestling for our general manager, Mike Hawes.
Hey, what's up with Mike Hawes? I haven't seen him out with his Jack Daniels tonight. He's sitting there quiet like a little schoolboy who just got put in the corner for throwing a pretzel at the teacher.
Kick right to the face, football style across Judas Gray's face. Cover. But he kicks out. Not going to be enough.
You know one thing too, Rebel, we've got to talk about the situation going on at the top of 3PW. Your thoughts of Roadkill as the champion. There have been some that have knocked his credibility. Said that he's an opening match guy. He really isn't deserving of that top spot. What are your thoughts about Roadkill, the fact that he wears the gold here in 3PW?
He's actually, Kevin, I'll tell you something, he's actually earned his spot on top. To me, he's a company man. He's really going through a lot. He's taken a lot of abuse. I'll tell you something, people counted him out a long time ago. He should have been champion a long time ago, but as you know and I know, Kevin, he sort of got, how can we say, screwed out of the opportunity.
Oh, sure. Now, let me ask you this, because, I mean, this company has been through a lot. 05 has been a year of huge change. Oh, look at this. Sunset flip. Wait a minute. counter.
Uh-oh, is he going for the cloverleaf? Uh-oh, oh, here we go. He's got it in. Oh, he's going to... Oh, right in the middle of the ring. He's got it cinched in. I can see a tap right here.
Wow, yeah, you got no choice.
Oh, he cranked it in. Oh, too easy. See? Celebrating too early. See what happens. Oh, that's the wrong man to be in the ring with right now. Mo Flores, I'm telling you, he's going to town all over Teddy Fine. Teddy Fine might have a height difference on it, but I'll tell you something. Pound for pound, Mo is probably one of the meanest guys ever to come out of Top Gun Wrestling Academy.
Lower center of gravity for sure. But after everything that's happened within this company through 05, Rebel, why did you stick around? What made you want to stay here? You didn't need all this aggravation, did you?
Well, Kevin, I'll tell you something. There's a lot of things a lot of people don't know out there. One thing that kept me going in this business is heart. And that's what I teach these guys. Greg Spitz, Mo Flores. I taught all these guys heart. Heart is what carries you in this business. Because I'll tell you something, if you don't have heart, you're not going to be around much longer.
Double Yakuza kick right to the face of Moses. Beautiful double insecurity, cracking the face in the back of the head.
But
that's Concussion City.
Trying to put him down.
Notorious thinks gutsy little guys, but I'll tell you something, they've overstepped their boundaries in certain things. As you can see, when they thought they had Mo hurt, Mo come right back and viciously took their heads off.
Now, Rebel, I'm going to ask you a question because I want to know who's the challenger for Roadkill's heavyweight championship tonight. Kevin and I have been speculating all night. We don't know who it is.
I'll tell you who it is. It's somebody.
There you have it.
Wealth of information.
Well, we'll find out very soon. Look at this. Oh, brother.
Oh, I can see Mike Hall's up here Christian and holding his ribs on that.
Teddy Fine looks like he's finally gained his composure back in the ring with JT Moses.
What the hell? What the hell's going on here ringside? Mo's partner, Gray, has been eliminated. He's here with a chair. What does he need to be here for?
I don't think
he can handle himself. What the hell's going on here?
This makes Moses takes it right across the head.
Got him.
Oh, he cost his own partner.
Salvation has been eliminated. Now it's down to 2 members of Notorious Inc. and 1 member of the Primetime Playaz.
I don't know. It doesn't look too pretty for Teddy Fine. I thought Mo was going to pull all stops out and win this one. But it looks to me like Notorious Inc. still in as a tag team. Still has a shot here.
Right across the chest.
Well, I like this True Blood. He's got a real spirit about him. A lot of fire.
Well, what do you expect? He's a North Philly hoodie. You know, the guy's fighting and busting. Oh.
Rolls Teddy Fine right into the corner. I know what's coming, and it cannot be good. Ooh! Drop kick right into the corner. The face of Teddy Fine has to be extremely disorientated right now.
Well, I'll tell you right now, unless Teddy Fine's got some intestinal fortitude.
Oh!
That took a lot from Teddy Fine to kick out. I'll tell you right now, like I just repeated, he's got to have a lot of intestinal fortitude to kick out of here. If he doesn't kick out of here, it could cost Notorious Inc. right here. Come on, Teddy Fine. Oh!
Wow! The southpaw from South Philly. Oh! Broken up.
Now this is where the 2-on-1 advantage comes into play. 2 members of Notorious Inc. 1 member of the Primetime Playaz. Setting Teddy Fine up on the top turnbuckle.
Teddy Fine, being the bigger man here, doesn't seem to be on too much of an offensive. Here we go. They're getting a little cocky here.
Danger zone here in the corner.
Notorious Inc. shooting their mouths off. This could be the downfall for them. What's going on here?
This cannot be good. Attempted a big splash, but both members of Notorious Inc. playing boxing.
Looks like the end here. Oh, here comes the finish.
This has to be it. Right on the head. Notorious Inc. Rockin' Rebel. There's your opponents next month.
Those guys better get themselves a step ladder if they think they're going to look us right in the eyes. some big words from some small men, but like I always say, you make sure your mouth writes a check that your ass can cash, because Blackball'd is going to bounce their ass all over the place next month. That I guarantee you.
You don't think you're a little cocky here, Rebel? I mean, you saw that both Primetime Players and Salvation were both bigger than Notorious Inc., but they pulled out the win, and they're walking out the #1 contender.
The only thing I can tell you is if Drew Blood wants to look me in the eye, he better get on top of Devon's shoulder.
Hey, and listen to this. I'm going to channel the Rebel for a second. The only thing cocky is your finger when it goes through the toilet paper, Doc Daniels. How about that?
Doc Daniels.
Rebel, thank you so much for joining us. The Top Gun Wrestling Academy. Check out 3pwrestling.com for all the information. Tag team titles on the line next month. Notorious Inc. going up. Blackball'd.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is a special attraction match scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit.
Thanks, I needed that. Doc Daniels sent me a postcard from Neverland Ranch last year.
It's a nice place.
Ruckus and Homicide had one hell of a war here a couple months ago. And now,
do you hear it?
This is a guy I've wanted to see for a long time, making his 3PW debut. Well, joining us in commentary, B-Boy introduced Steve Mack. I know that earlier tonight it was, let's break it down. What the hell happened out there? Bison Bravado calling out Monsta Mack. Is there a story? Tell me what's going on.
He's mad. Let me tell you something, Kevin, man. You know, I've been wrestling 8 years, and all I've ever heard was people have to carry me. And I finally make a name for myself here at 3PW. I'll let them introduce B-Boy first, man. I was saying, Kevin, I finally make a name for myself here at 3PW. I beat the Japanese-known Josh Daniels. And, you know, I got a big win. And for what? He wants to come out here and try to knock me out, take my glory away. But you know something? He said he wanted Monsta Mack, and I've been nice the last few months. And I think that's my fault that I've been nice. I've been known as one of the hardest hitters in any locker room, in any federation.
Absolutely.
But you know something? He's right. Monsta Mack does need to come back for one night and teach that young punk a lesson. So Bison, next time we're here in the Alhambra Hall, it's game on and lights out for you. Because when I come with the clothesline, I swear to you, I'm going to think of everybody who's ever done me wrong, and you're on the top of the list, and it's lights out, like I said.
All right, well, Steve, I'm glad you joined us because I'm sure that you can really lend some insight here to Ruckus and B-Boy. Give me some thoughts on both athletes. What sets them apart from everybody else that you see in the squared circle today?
Well, there you go. Look at Ruckus right there doing backflips on top of backflips. The kid used to weigh close to 300 pounds. I say kid only because that's because I can, you know what I mean? But, oh man, my back is killing me. Sorry.
Oh, you got skulled out there.
Yeah, my neck and my back. And then I had to take those Germans from Josh, and
that was a hell of a match. Woo. Josh Daniels is a great competitor, isn't he?
Certainly is. No disrespect to him, but Bison's definitely going to get his. But yeah, like I was saying, Ruckus, man, he could do backflips. The kid could fly from one corner to the other side of the ring, to another corner. I mean, he's awesome. He's got springs in his legs. And B-Boy, well, have you heard of Homicide? He used to wrestle here.
Oh, I know Homicide very well.
Right?
Yes.
Well, let's just say he travels with those two now. And it's the three of them going to different federations, making a name for themselves, hitting people as hard as they can.
Well, I know that B-Boy, of course, comes from the West Coast.
Yes, from San Diego.
And a little bit of that Brooklyn toughness rubbing off, perhaps, on San Diego's.
Definitely is. In fact, he just made the move to the East Coast, coming down here.
Wow!
And that's what I'm talking about. Ruckus, man, he hits you with one of those moves, and it's, woo, you don't know where the hell it came from.
B-Boy and Ruckus. This is great action and intensity. Ruckus caught Homicide with that same move a couple of months ago. B-Boy had it scouted and able to turn Ruckus inside out.
Looks like he's calling for that Shining Wizard right there. That's his finish. Maybe not. Oh, what's he doing grabbing his leg?
Primo down here to stooge for
but he got
Ruckus. Well, I know Steve Mack, of course, a lot of things change. Some things stay the same. And we talk about the evolution of you. So many people have said you were branded a tag team guy. Oh, he's just this, he's just that. 3PW has really become your home, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
Ooh, great counter move there by Ruckus.
Caught him right in the ribs as he was coming out the ring.
Woo. What does it mean? How does it fuel you when somebody says you can't do something? And how does it make you feel when somebody says, we want you to do it right here in 3PW?
Well, I got to tell you straight off the bat, the fans here at 3PW are like nowhere else. They're very loyal. They know what's going on. They know who's the real deal.
Ooh! Woo! Laying the heavy lumber is Ruckus.
That's one thing. Ruckus got them heavy hands. He's got them taped up for a reason. Remember when taped hands were illegal?
Right. The tape fist used to be, well, now, you know, again, everything changes.
Wait a minute.
Wow, down.
I've seen him do this before. Kevin, I believe he's going to go for what the SNOOP Stoop Dog calls the shiznit. This is amazing if it is what it is. Yes, it is. Look at that. Wow. That is amazing. How do you beat that? You know how I beat that?
Yeah.
Stiff lariat to the face.
There you go.
But like I was saying, the fans here, they love and appreciate everything that we do. And, you know, when somebody tells my whole life, people told me I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm too short, I'm too fat, I'm too whatever. But you know what? I've been to Japan, I've been to Europe, I've been to Puerto Rico, all over the United States. I'm one of the top paid guys in the locker room. I mean, I made a name for myself without going to any of the big three when they were around. You know?
And the one thing that certainly, Doc, I know we'd both agree with, that Steve Mack has the respect of everyone in every locker room that he goes into. Wait a minute, another cover. Respect from the boys, which is very, very difficult to earn.
Respect. Every locker room I've been in with Steve Mack, there's always been respect from the boys, respect from the promoters, respect from the Mack.
Well, not all promoters.
Yeah, not all promoters. Not all promoters. I can think of a few right off the bat.
Some promoters respect you to your face.
Yeah, and then they stab you in the back. But that, you know what? That's the nature of the business. That is wrestling. Look at this. Wow.
But do it no matter what. Steve, no one has ever stepped you back, held you back, or stopped you from doing what you were doing.
I've only held myself back when there were times in the past that I thought I couldn't do it. But you know something, here at 3PW, like Kevin said, this is my home now. I'm the only one here. Everyone knows I travel with the group. And I'm the only one here now. And I'm making my name for myself here at 3PW the only way that I know that I can.
I'll tell you what, Ruckus is putting on a display. And everybody paid money tonight to see B-Boy, the New Age Punisher. But Ruckus is very quickly changing that. What a performance. Cover two, got him, no.
September of 2004, this is not their first battle, this is not their last battle. Ruckus in the blackout, part of the blackout with Primo Robbie Marino, has wrestled all over the world in the past 6 months. They've been to Canada, Europe, Italy, Japan, they've been everywhere, but they call here New Alhambra Hall their home. And B-Boy, Ruckus, this is just one of many of a series of matches that these two have had.
What does a submission move like that, Steve, what does that do to B-Boy's ability to spring and to fly?
Well, one of his pet moves is that running dropkick in the corner that he loves to call the facelift. If your knee is taken out and buckled, you can't dropkick anybody in the face. You know, he loves using dropkicks to the back, to the face. I mean, that's part of his whole repertoire. He needs his knees and his legs, and Ruckus, obviously with their history, he knows he's got to take out the knees.
Primo opportunistic on the outside, a hard right hand, but the damage done inside the ring to the leg of the New Age Punisher. San Diego's own B-Boy, now calling East Coast home. Making his 3PW debut here tonight at Resurrection, and it's not going so well. There's a backbreaker center of the ring, 2 count only.
He may be living on the East Coast, but if you dial his cell phone, it's still 619.
Well, that's hard to give up.
Yeah.
Now, Steve, back to Bison Bravado. This is a man that you've trained with from the dog.
I've trained and I've teamed up with him, and I don't understand. You know what it is? I understand. You got to make a name for yourself, and the only way to do it is to attack someone that the people love and respect. Hey, you know what? When I was young, I had to do it too, but he messed with the wrong guy. I'm not the one to be messed with now.
Does it hurt you that of all people, it's Bison Bravado coming after you? I mean, he could have chose anyone. I understand you're the top dog in 3PW, but in the doghouse, it's family.
It was family, obviously, not anymore.
Hey, a lot has changed within your family dynamic of the doghouse over the last year, Steve.
Yes, it has, and you know.
Wow!
Look at that.
Amazing.
This is why B-Boy's been scouted out by Homicide and Key, and they've trained together. You know what I mean? We all train as a family. Well, like you said, a lot has changed. We used to roll 4 deep, and you know who those 4 were, Kevin.
Yep.
It was my old partner, Homicide, Key, and myself. Now it's just the 3 of us, and we're bringing B-Boy slowly into the fold. And you know, when the time is right, you saw the damage, Kevin, firsthand that the 4 of us could do. I think when the time is right and B-Boy's in prime position, it's lights out for the wrestling business once again. But Bison will get his first. And I promise you, Bison, you don't know me the way you think you do. All right? I will hurt you, and I will make it personal.
Look at this. Great counter move. 2. Oh, I thought he had it.
Look at that strength.
Great strength.
Wow, how did Ruckus kick out?
That's amazing. Great strength, though. You can really tell that the influence of low-key and Homicide, the incredible low center of gravity pulls that they're able to always muster, really helping B-Boy out there.
What's great is before,
look at that.
He calls this, it's a variation of his pop lock. When he hits that pop lock, though, woo, it's tough to get out of that. I've seen him stretch people and pop ribs. That's why he calls it the pop lock. But before Homicide and Key got their hands on him, B-Boy was already nasty. all they did was bring out the attitude in B-Boy. And when you watch them in arenas across the U.S. today, you notice something different. You notice a guy who's in there not to win the match, a guy who's in there to take your head off with every move that he does.
Well, I certainly have enjoyed being able to see Low-Key and Homicide over the years. I've enjoyed watching Steve Mack compete over the years, and I'm enjoying seeing B-Boy here in his 3PW debut. He is absolutely tremendous. Ruckus has done a great job of carrying the fight to him, and that fight is not over, but it might be now.
Lights out for the head.
What a night we've had so far at Resurrection. A memorable tag team war. Cover 2-0. I don't think anyone will ever forget the night here in the new Alhambra in the former ECW arena that America's Most Wanted tangled with Blackball'd, and Blackball'd came out on top to retain the 3PW Tag Team Championship. Steve, I know as a tag team specialist for so many years, you had to appreciate. Look at that. 2 incredible moves. You had to appreciate that great tag team matchup featuring America's Most Wanted and Blackball'd.
Well, I caught a little bit I was still feeling that cannonball that Bison hit me with, but I happened to catch a little bit of it. I tell you what, man, I've had my history with Rocket Rebel and Greg Matthews. As 3PW tag champs, I respect them for going all out against one of the top tag teams in the world today, America's Most Wanted. But I wish I was in there. Yeah, I wish I was in there. But you know what? I had a great match with Josh.
Oh, look at this.
Look at that.
Steve, I've asked everyone sitting here with us on commentary the same question so far, so now I'm going to ask you. Heavyweight title on the line tonight. Roadkill defending against who?
We have no idea.
To be honest with you, I have no idea.
You haven't been looking around the locker room.
I've actually been sitting next to Roadkill through our wars over the years. We've become close friends now. And, you know, I've been sitting next to Champ all night. We've been wondering who's he facing.
Look at this.
Oh! Right now, Ruckus' head is going, wow. But yeah, like I said, I really have no idea. According to the press release, it's supposed to be someone who's going to make an impact. I have no idea. That could be anybody.
Well, how is a champion like Roadkill, newly crowned, how is this going to be able to work? I mean, he's going to go in there, and he's going to stand there, and then whoever is going to come through the curtain, whether he knows it or not, he hasn't had time to prepare. I mean, Mike Hawes has done a great job as 3PW general manager. Oh my gosh. But I got to question this decision. And I got to question Ruckus's decision to go to the top
looks
rope.
like he's going for the facelift. Holy ouch! Oh, Ruckus has a great dental plan.
Coming by B-Boy.
Wow.
Ruckus kicks out. Steve, what does it take to kick out of a move like that?
I don't know. See, a lot of times, if I get dinged in the head, which is very rare because I am big, but yeah, a lot of times, it's just instinct. You hear the referee bang the mat twice, and you know, I gotta get up. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure right there for Ruckus. Look, he hasn't even moved since he kicked out. He's still in the same position. And that's not good when you see chairs being thrown in the ring.
Especially with these two competitors having the chairs.
Well, Jim Molyneux, of course, as I've mentioned all night, 3PW referees kind of let the action play out, but they, of course, will do everything they can to avoid serious injury.
Yes.
However, this might be stretching that just a little bit.
It's kind of good to let the boys go, you know? Sometimes, especially with these two having a history the way they do, you just want to finish the guy off.
And I'm assuming next month,
wait a minute.
No mercy either.
Oh, no, not at all. That's what I'm saying. Let them go. Oh, he caught him on the way down with a kick.
Low blow, and now switching seats, as it were. Ruckus.
Is this?
Oh my God.
Back down with a version of a Falcon Arrow suplex right into the setup chairs.
Did you just curse, Doc?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you curse. See? And everyone tells me I've got a bad mouth. You're rubbing off on us. Yeah, I have that effect on people.
All right, let's see if we got a cover
Lights out
here.
for B-Boy, though. There's no way to get out of that. His back just forked in all kinds of ways. Wow! That's that instinct I was telling you guys about, man.
I bet if you asked B-Boy, you wouldn't know his name, you wouldn't know what town he's in, but if he hears 2, he's rolling that shoulder. That is amazing.
When you spend years in the ring, you know where the ropes are, you know where the corner is, and you know when that 2's coming down, when that 3's coming down, you better get your arm up. I'll tell you though, I think I would have stayed down on that one.
Yeah.
The debut and all, but my back would be hurting after that.
And now Ruckus. After everything these 2 men have done to one another, what's it going to take to secure victory? Woo! Wait a minute! Wow!
Where did B-Boy get that adrenaline from?
That extra gear that athletes are able to find. Steve, that's one thing that's so amazing of what you guys do. The way you're able to find that extra gear. You're tired, your head's ringing, you don't know what town you're in, but somehow you find a way to get up and keep going. Amazing.
It's what I call retard mode. You just, that one switch goes off and you just go, no matter what, no matter how tired, how burnt out, you just go. You know you gotta get out of the situation that you're in.
Hey, take a look at this. Primo robbing Marina now in the ring with the chair. B-Boy ducks. Primo right into the head of Ruckus.
Well, Primo has been a thorn in the side of B-Boy this entire match. Not that Ruckus has needed the help.
Shining Wizard. Excellent.
There's the Shining Wizard.
And there you go.
It was the Shining Wizard that was set up in the beginning of the match. Steve, you called it. That was what he was going for, and that's what secured victory.
Well, B-Boy is the man now in 3PW. He's got a long ladder to climb if he wants that title, but you know what? He stepped on the right rung on the first try.
Steve, you said that you and B-Boy are close. Homicide and Low-Key, you 4 roll together. But what's going to happen? What's going to happen on the road to that heavyweight championship when standing between you and the title is B-Boy?
Oh, I think I know the answer to this one.
Well, if you watch Japan, Stan Hansen and Terry Gordy, famous tag team partners, were they not?
Absolutely.
When it came to the Triple Crown, they beat the hell out of each other for 30 minutes.
They shortened each other's careers.
Exactly. And if that's what it takes, I love you after the match is done. But the belt is mine.
Business is business.
Congratulations to B-Boy.
There you go. Shouting out the Hit Squad. The only way it's supposed to be.
Steve Mack, thank you very much for joining us. Best of luck next month. It's going to be a war, you and Bison Bravado right here in 3PW.
I promise lots of pain, and Monsta Mack for one night only will return. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is our strap match, scheduled for 1 fall.
This is as personal as it gets. Greg Spitz, the Dark Horse. A guy who has said everybody and everything is against him. He fought the ultimate underdog, fought his guts out, both of them did, against C.J. O'Doyle. But it came down to taking the belt off the referee and strapping a man, whipping him like a dog. Now, Doc Daniels, it's a strap match between that man, the Dark Horse Greg Spitz, and a true underdog, a true hero to these fans, C.J. O'Doyle. Give me your thoughts.
Let me tell you what I think about this, Kevin. Greg Spitz. Well, let's wait for the introductions. In my mind, is possibly the most underrated wrestler on the indie scene today. He was once a great tag team with his partner Mark Smart as the Well-Hung Warriors.
That was ridiculous and stupid.
But ever since he lost his tag team partner, people thought he couldn't do it. People weren't giving him the opportunity. But then that fateful night a few months ago, right here at 3PW, Greg Spitz, True Blood, Devon Moore, three-way dance, they tore the roof off of this building.
And again, you look at somebody like C.J. O'Doyle, who became a man at the hands of Simon Diamond. You see the trunks, you see the boots, you see the dedication in the gym.
You know what, C.J. O'Doyle, another one. I started my career about the same time as C.J. O'Doyle. C.J. O'Doyle and I were in the same companies, in the same buildings, the small buildings, working our way up, and I saw C.J. progress from you know, a rookie to really a possible future legend in this sport.
I realized today when I saw him again that I had met C.J. O'Doyle for the first time about 3 years ago at a Dr. Tom Pritchard camp. And again, a face in the crowd on a day like that. But there was something about that young man that stuck out. And when I met him again today, I realized it's that fire in his eyes and that willingness to overcome anything. I remember there was one particular drill that he was having a difficult time with. He wouldn't quit until he mastered it. And of course, Doc, I mean, this rivalry has crossed promotional boundaries. These two have chased each other all over Philly and Jersey. Listen to the crowd chant underdog.
That is Kid 3PW in that ring right now.
It really is. And now referee John Finnegan explaining to
now, from what I understand, this is not your traditional strap match.
No, the Indian strap match that we grew up watching with Wahoo McDaniel, always tethered seemingly at one end. This is going to be lay the belt down.
We're going to count down from 5. How many out here? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's a race to that belt. Who's going to get it first?
Uh-oh. I think Greg Spitz thought he was going to have it, but not so fast, my friend.
Boot right to the face of Greg Spitz by O'Doyle. That belt's still laying in the middle of that ring.
Can you imagine how good, how satisfying it's going to feel for C.J. O'Doyle to get retribution by laying that strap to Greg Spitz?
But don't count out Greg Spitz. How's it gonna feel when he gets that strap back in his hand and he just lays it across the chest, the back, the head of C.J. O'Doyle?
Do you think Greg Spitz is jealous of the fact that C.J. O'Doyle, in many respects an underdog like him, here is a cover, 2! In many respects an underdog like C.J. O'Doyle, but Greg Spitz is yet to capture the love and admiration of the fans here in 3PW.
It's quite a possibility. I mean, as I said before, Spitz is a veteran. He's been around for many years. O'Doyle's only been around about 3 years. Spitz wants to take the spotlight. He wants to be in the spotlight. He wants to be the man that everyone's screaming his name. And can you blame him?
And you look at Greg Spitz. Oh, wow.
Big belly-to-belly suplex sending Spitz into that corner, landing right on his head.
There is no way to land right. 2! Well, I know that Irish skin of C.J. O'Doyle is going to tear right open if Spitz gets a hold of that belt. But now,
here we go.
This is what they paid money to see here tonight.
Ducks the line, O'Doyle picking him up, back suplex reversed by Spitz. Nice kick directly to the jaw of O'Doyle, cover. But CJ kicking out. He's not going down that easy.
Boy, and look at the way Greg Spitz does not allow CJ O'Doyle to even catch a breath before he's back on him.
Eye rake by Greg Spitz.
And now look at Spitz as he sizes up that belt, choking the life out of CJ O'Doyle. Nothing referee John Finnegan can do to stop it. This strap is legal, and just like last month,
take a look at this, dragging him down by the throat. Now, Spitz isn't using it yet to whip O'Doyle, but he's using
cover! He certainly is, and you have to know that with that weapon in his hands, and that's really what this is. Oh! Now, Steve Kern tells a famous story. Was in a strap match much like this against the Canadian lumberjack, the late Joe LeDuc. Talked about after receiving so many welts from the belt, from the leather strap, he had to lay and couldn't find any comfortable way to lay down. Basically didn't sleep for 4 days because his skin was so welted. And now look at this. Oh no! CJ O'Doyle, if Greg Spitz is able to fully lift CJ O'Doyle's feet off the mat, Finnegan will have... Listen to this crowd.
Big chop across the chest by the Dark Horse.
You know, it's amazing to see the future legends of the Philly wrestling scene being born right before our eyes. The way CJ O'Doyle has come of age, the way Greg Spitz has conquered so many, but yet has received such little appreciation. Wow! And you look at B-Boy, of course, who's made his name in other promotions, but could very well find a home in 3PW. Look at you and me, Doc Daniels and Kevin Kelly, both debuting here in 3PW in one night. Really, the future very, very bright for this company. Keep in mind, too, we still have a 3PW championship match and a #1 contenders match to settle. Who will wear the crown in this company going forward?
I am really looking forward to that #1 contenders match, possibly just as much as that heavyweight title match. I mean, it's just going to be explosive.
Well, we know Simon Diamond feels that he... Oh, wow. We know that Simon Diamond feels personally that he's responsible for Slyk Wagner Brown having a taste of that gold. That's the way Simon Diamond puts it. And we know that Slyk Wagner Brown is, of course, the Underground King and one of the most truly gifted athletes ever in the squared circle.
Spitz now off the ropes. Ooh. Drives the knee directly into the temple area of CJ O'Doyle's head. Covered now by Spitz. But O'Doyle kicking out. Speaking of Greg Spitz, he's going to be one of the trainers at 3PW's Top Gun Wrestling Academy.
That center is going to be amazing. Rebel's description of it sounds fantastic. A family experience, if you can believe it. There's going to be so much to do, so many different ways to train here.
Ooh, suplex.
Looks like he's using that belt for some added leverage.
Absolutely, good point there. And again,
it's all legal.
O'Doyle with the third.
The trifecta. Forgiving the pinning combination to try to land another German. This time Spitz reverses. Great block there by O'Doyle. There's the waist lock and another one. 4 and counting for CJ O'Doyle.
Will this be? Yes, it is, #5.
CJ O'Doyle refusing to let go of the waist lock. And Spitz now just trying to find any way he can to stop the onslaught of Germans.
Now, Kevin, CJ has been in many brutal matches here at the new Alhambra Hall. He's been in no disqualification, balls count anywhere. Classic feuds with Rob Echo, Steve Mack. I mean, this is just another chapter in the history of CJ O'Doyle.
It really is. And I mean, you want to talk about trial by fire. Here's a young man who stepped up his game every time. But so is Greg Spitz. Both of these two really I think are emblematic of this company's rise and its company's building with youth.
Greg Spitz now being whipped like a government mule, if you will.
Oh, please.
Using a little cliche, if you will.
I'm so sick of that. Wow. You know, you look at the roster. Here, wait a minute now. 2. CJ O'Doyle's in his early 20s. Barely.
Just turned 21, actually.
Greg Spitz in his early 20s. Josh Daniels, 25. Even Sterling James Keenan in the opening match, only 21 years old. The future very bright. A lot of new stars on the rise at 3PW. Oh man, danger zone, out on the floor, on the concrete. Oh my.
Down hard.
Wow.
You know, Kevin, you're talking about all the new young talent, but let's not forget about these veterans, such as Rockin' Rebel, such as Roadkill, Slyk, Wagner, Brown. The list just goes on and on.
Hey, Simon Diamond is a veteran, certainly wise beyond his years as well. The mixing of the veterans with the youth, a really invigorated product. And I think a lot of unique faces that fans are not going to see everywhere else. I mean, you're going to see stars from your favorite promotions that you do want to see.
Right up against that post here at the arena. What's O'Doyle doing now? Digging underneath the ring. I think that is, he's taping Spitz to that pole.
Wow. I mean, what kind of devious mind thinks about stuff like this?
Chop right across the chest, and Kevin, there's nothing Spitz can do about it.
He's trying to kick him away. And now CJ O'Doyle, the heart and soul of 3PW, is going back after that leather strap. And wait a minute.
Spitz got 3 springboard drop kicks.
Wow.
Back of the head. Beautifully executed by Greg Spitz.
And look at the way that belt is taunting both men, just dangling on that second rope. Greg Spitz freed himself just in the nick of time and was able to deliver a scintillating springboard drop kick. 2, got him, no! Oh, that was close.
I thought that was going to be the end. I thought Spitz was going to get the victory. And Kevin, would you consider it an upset if Greg Spitz won this match?
No, because I saw this matchup as even. Both men very even. But of course, the heart and soul of this company right now beats in CJ O'Doyle.
Notice, nice move by Spitz, that snapmare with the belt, now locking on a rear chin lock, but still has that belt firmly wrapped around the throat of CJ O'Doyle.
And this is one time where we can definitely say, ref, this is a choke. You don't have to check it, but it's perfectly legal in this matchup.
Forearms, and trust me, those forearms of O'Doyle's are vicious. They were known to break jaws and knock people out. I've seen it happen before.
Boy, it seems like Greg Spitz is getting stronger here as this match has gone on. We talked earlier on with Steve Mack. Gonna be... Oh, brother!
Did you hear it up here? I can almost feel the leather
Oh.
of the skin of O'Doyle.
I don't know how much more CJ O'Doyle is going to be able to take. Just a savage beating.
O'Doyle now draping Spitz across the top rope.
Like a hot shot type maneuver.
There it is, the lariat.
The Westy Side Sickle, as he likes to call it. Here we go. Boy, I haven't seen too many kick out of that big lariat that he calls the Westy Side Sickle, but Spitz was able to do it.
Fans thoroughly behind O'Doyle. There he is, patting the leg, calling for that leg drop of his.
The Celtic Crunch.
Let's see.
O'Doyle rules!
Not this time, Kevin.
Not so much. Well, Spitz is literally out at his feet. Steve Mack talked about that instant kick it in.
Oh, here it comes. The super kick.
Oh, brother.
When Greg Spitz throws a super kick.
Got him, no.
A super kick.
And the look in Spitz's eye says it all. He can't believe that C.J. O'Doyle kicked out.
Kevin, let me tell you a story. The last time I saw Greg Spitz throw a super kick in this arena, he hit the kid so hard that he kicked him right out of his business. Knocked his head off.
Greg Spitz went for another super kick, going for the diamond cutter. Blocked, and now here we go.
Nice reversal by O'Doyle.
Boy, it's desperation time for both men. Really fighting on instinct now.
Now O'Doyle getting his turn.
Oh, yeah. That's got to feel good. Not for Spitz, of course, but satisfaction for C.J. O'Doyle. Another Celtic Crunch coming up.
And he hits it.
Oh, he drilled him that time.
Could this be it, Kevin?
Slowly into position 2. No.
And take a look at that. Not only did he kick out, but he wrapped that belt around the throat of O'Doyle.
Very smart. Very smart, but very dangerous. Keep in mind that each man has to be exhausted right now, and oh, look at this. Where is Greg Spitz taking C.J. O'Doyle?
I don't even want to think about what he's going to do. Tell him to check him. This could be the end. It fell twice. If it falls the third time, that's it. No way.
Got him! Diamond cutter from the top. Great counter move.
But both men are now down. 10 count now being applied. If neither man answer this will be a draw.
Boy, and I know that would be that would leave a lot to be desired in both men. Each man wants to win so badly.
And that's it.
Wow. What a war.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 14 minutes and 11 seconds, double count out. This match is a draw.
Well, they beat the hell out of one another for all 14 minutes and 11 seconds.
Hey, take a look at this.
What the hell is this? Notorious Inc., the #1 contenders for the tag team title. Now they're in here. They just threw water in Greg Spitz's face.
They're obviously, it looks like they're here to assist the Dark Horse.
Perhaps you people are looking for an explanation. You see, the three of us came in here 2 months ago, and we're good at something that is bullshit. We were called students. Students of the school that wouldn't use me on their paid shows. I'm not good enough to work for them, but I'm good enough to train their students, to fix their ring, to clean their fucking gym. You people want to know what a dark horse is? Do you son of a bitch want to know what a dark horse is? Do you want to know who lives? You are about to see what a dark horse is. It's the guy that comes out and nobody expects to steal the show, but doesn't every goddamn time.
Well, you would think that
Why don't we just quit? Just quit and get on better man. Say it right now. I'm a better man.
He won't do it. But Doc, maybe he should. Come on.
It's not worth it. 3-on-1 here.
I'm gonna give you one last chance. I am a better man. Say it to all these scumbag fans of yours. I'm a better man. Fuck yeah!
Oh, Doyle. Whoa. Look at this. Blackball'd hitting the ring.
And just in the nick of time, Greg Spitz wouldn't take no for an answer. But CJ O'Doyle wouldn't give him the answer he wanted.
Talk from two fucking sports. Hey, Drew Blood, you want to look me in the eye? You better over Devin's fucking shoulders next month. You guys talk a good fucking game, and I'll tell you one thing you better remember. You make sure your mouth writes a check, because me and Greg are going to cash it, and then we're going to bounce your fucking asses right out of fucking 3PW. Management, we're gonna book a match next month with your fucking ass right now. Tell him, CJ.
July 16th, Hell Kitchen Deathmatch Pull-Up Finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first of our double main event. It is a #1 contenders match. Wonderful.
Kevin, you got a bottle of water?
Oh, wait a minute. Well, Talia is smoking hot. And the Underground King. Oh, come on now. Slyk Wagner Brown. And Simon Diamond, #1 contenders match, 3PW Heavyweight Championship. That matchup yet to come. Roadkill still doesn't know who his opponent is.
Slyk Wagner Brown, a double crown champion here in 3PW, a former 3PW heavyweight champion, and also the first ever 3PW tag team champions. 3PW tag team champions with that lovely lady, April Hunter.
Well, April Hunter and Slyk Wagner Brown has certainly carved a niche for themselves in this industry. One of the most unique and successful pairings ever. But Simon Diamond, who by all accounts has never really needed any help, has the lovely Talia by his side.
Irish Rip reversed by Diamond. Slyk now got caught up by Talia holding the foot and clotheslining him right over the top rope. Slyk hits hard.
You know, Slyk Wagner Brown plied his wares for a lot of years up in New England, product of the Kowalski School. cut his teeth on a lot of shows for the late Tony Rumble. But once April Hunter came onto the scene, came into his life, and the two started working, I mean, he transformed from a very mild, high spot-laden guy to being a serious championship professional. And Simon Diamond, of course, a lot of years spent down with Jim Kettner in the ECWA. His name's synonymous with the Super 8. Moving and changing his career on into great success with ECW.
That's right, he's no stranger to this building right here.
And has had opportunities to compete on weekly pay-per-view broadcasts of TNA.
Slyk in hard to the guardrails.
Moving bodies Japan style, fighting all over the building.
Slyk recently wrestling in the Tokyo Dome.
A great honor, but I know that getting back to I think at this point too, Doc, you gotta look, great move there by Simon Diamond. Look at the way he'll automatically go for the cover, very nice.
Hooks the leg.
Think about this. Slyk Wagner Brown, despite all the gold and the glory that he's had in this company, knows that in the back of his mind there's a possibility that Simon Diamond is the reason why he's had that heavyweight championship. And how is that eating away at the man? How does that bother him? Yeah, sure, I was champ, but guess what? I had help. Even though I didn't want it, I may not have needed it, I got it anyway. Does that taint his championship glory? And how does that shape his mindset going into this match?
Well, I think that's why this match is so important to Slyk Wagner Brown. It's so important that he wins this #1 Contenders match, and it's so important that he gets a shot at the heavyweight champion to prove to not only himself, but to all the critics and everyone watching that he truly is championship material.
Look at the way Slyk Wagner Brown uses his legs. Got just incredible leaping ability.
Enziguri directly to the head of Simon Diamond.
Dueling divas on opposite sides of the ring, each imploring their man to get back up and fight. April Hunter in the corner of Slyk Wagner Brown. Talia in the corner of Simon Diamond. Referee Jim Molyneux laying the count. #1 Contenders match here at Resurrection.
Diamond now off the ropes. Wagner attempting a hip toss.
Great counter into a DDT.
Drops him hard, head first.
April telling Wagner to get over there and top him. Look at the way Simon Diamond instinctively rolls towards the ropes. If there would be a pin cover attempted, he'd have the automatic break. And with the pace that this match has had, Doc, I don't feel a 60-minute match here. I don't feel a long fight. This feels like Hearns and Leonard.
Absolutely, I gotta agree with you. Take a look at that leg lariat. Cover
2.
Slyk Wagner Brown, all over the world, all kind of championship, but obviously it's this 3PW heavyweight title that means so much to him. Brown now drops him right across the knee, double underhook, lifts him up, nice tiger bomb, cover, kicks out at the 2.
Simon Diamond, after kicking out, automatically floats over to his stomach. We talked so much all night about instinct, and the instinct of a wrestler is to get off your back and onto your stomach. So much has been made about Simon Diamond's education, where he went to school, the other sports that he's played, everything he's done other than wrestling, but wow, let's talk about what he's done in the ring for a second. One of the truly great independent wrestlers in the last decade.
Nice flapjack by Simon Diamond, dropping Slyk Wagner Brown straight on his face. I mean, Slyk has held titles all over the place. Jersey All-Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, UWF Heavyweight Champion, NECW Heavyweight Champion. The list goes on and on.
Well, I mean, Listen, Alphabet Soup Championship Wrestling, it doesn't matter. I think what it matters is respect of your peers.
And he definitely has that. Slyk, another one of those guys that wrestled all over the world.
Covered!
Slyk's been to Puerto Rico, to the United Kingdom, to Japan, all over the States. I mean, he's done it all.
Simon Diamond, of course, leaping out of the independent world into ECW for a time. And that, I think, was a great education for him. Turning into TNA as well. Wagner now, throwing some forearms. But the one thing that Simon Diamond has always done, no matter where he works, and I said it to him earlier in an interview, he is the straw that stirs the drink.
Sunset flip,
great roll through. Look at this. Submission move by Slyk Wagner Brown. Simon Diamond trying to counter it. Talia knows things are looking bleak. What is Talia doing?
Powder right into the eyes. Talia knowing what she has to do to help Simon out, and here comes April following. Are we gonna see it? Nice inverted DDT and a slap right across the stomach. Now Simon's got April right into Slyk hard. Wait, Slyk, I don't think he knows what's going on. Super kick by Simon Diamond.
And another. Got him.
And that's it. Kevin, that's your new #1 contender.
In 8 minutes, 57 seconds, your winner of the #1 contenders match, Simon Diamond!
Well, Talia certainly played a role in there. Wagner made a mistake. Simon Diamond capitalized. What a war.
I think Slyk obviously thought April was Simon Diamond and looked like he was set up for that holy Slyk. But once he realized what was happening, he fell victim to a super kick from Simon Diamond.
We talk so much of instinct. Slyk went after the first thing that was moving. Once he realized it was April, he let her go. But he left himself open and vulnerable to the attack from Simon Diamond. Talia's down and hurt. April's out on the floor. Wagner's out cold. Simon Diamond is your winner and the new #1 contender.
I'll tell you what. Next month, you can take this to the bank. I'm going to win that title, and I'm going to bring
You know, I didn't come out here to talk because Lord knows you've heard enough of that shit already. When I come to the ECW arena, I come to wrestle. I don't come to mess around. Last month, Simon Diamond, you cost me my title. Cut the music, bitch. And now tonight, you beat me for the number one contendership. That's fine, because you know what? It ain't over. This ain't the last you're gonna see at SWB. Because next month, when we get the title shot, guess what? SWB will be in the Epic House, bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match is for the 3PW World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, this is a bit of a surprise.
Because I came out here with nothing in mind to say, and I figured I've been up front with all of you, and you guys deserve to hear me speak from the heart. I'm going on my 11th year in pro wrestling. And there's a lot of times where you have your ups and your downs. And you can talk to any wrestler in that locker room, and there's great times, and then there's the worst of times. And if I had to say 2005 has been probably the worst year of my career, that would be an understatement. Because I started off this year in January, I went from publicly being dumped to publicly being cheated on, and I was left to stand in that locker room and face a locker room full of wrestlers and say, hey guys, we might not have money tonight. And only 3 people left. Only 3 people left. And the rest of the people stayed. We took care of them the following month. We gave them their pay and what we owed them from the month before. And you might say, meaning why did you stay with 3PW? Why did you keep 3PW alive? And there's one simple thing I can tell each and every one of you. Because I fucking love what I do. I love each and every wrestler in that locker room. I love each and every one of you fans, and that's no bullshit. So, from the time I started in this business to the day I stepped in this ring, I've done everything I've done because I love what I do. When it came to the time when I left high school straight to wrestling camp, when my mom wanted me to go to college, I went to wrestling school because I love professional wrestling, and professional wrestling is what I wanted to do. From the time I found out my grandfather had cancer and he was dying, and his last words to me was, "Don't you dare quit wrestling." So don't you dare quit wrestling, I'll be okay. Instead of being by my grandfather's side, he passed while I was wrestling one of my first matches, and I love him to death, and he's one of the angels looking down on me over my shoulder. From the time I drove thousands, hundreds to thousands of miles to wrestle anywhere I could, to be noticed for $30 to no money, I did it because I love professional wrestling. From the time I was wrestling Balls Mahoney in a Hammer City ballroom, let my grandmother die because she wanted me to do what I do today because I love professional wrestling. So you bring me to 2005, I started off, like I said, being publicly dumped, left to face a locker room
my life. And which brings me to JBL. From the time I first stepped into the World Wrestling Federation back then, to the time I left in 2000, he was nothing but a bully. Yeah. And you know what? When I left, all I said was the man was a bully. I called a spade, and that was it. So bring me back to Hardcore Homecoming last week. It's like the time work. It's like you know you left. I left the building with 14. Well, I had to go to the hospital because I needed 14 staples in my head. Now I could have called up and said, you know what? I really don't want to do one night stand because you know I might injure my head. I don't know what's going to happen. But you know what? Like I said, I love what I do. I showed up in one night stand. Don't put a beat up your body. So if you watch the tape, you see what happened. All I said was Bradshaw was a bully, and on one night stand, Bradshaw proved me right when he donkey punched me from behind. And all I can say, if I never quit when I lost my grandfather, if I never quit when I lost my grandmother, if I never quit when I traveled all those miles, breaking my back for no money, Bradshaw, what the hell do you think you're going to do to me? I've been through one of the worst things that you have ever put me through. Bradshaw, you may have blacked my eye. Bradshaw, you may have put 12 stitches in my forehead, and you may have tried to loosen the 14 staples in my head. Bradshaw, you may have broken capillaries in my eye. But there's one thing you didn't do, Bradshaw. You didn't break my spirit. I love what I do. I love you fans. And from each and every one of these fans, and from the wrestling fans around the world, JBL, you can go the hell.
Well, Doc, I would say that Meanie's words truly from the heart, but just incredible, unannounced.
You know, as I was sitting back there, taking a shit, I couldn't help but listen to the touching story that you came out here and told all these great fans. You know, you really made my heart bleed for you. I mean, it brought up this much of a tear in my eye. I mean, that's a hell of a story. You know what? I sympathize with these fans, sympathize with me. Please, stop with the whining. When. I'm sick of listening to it. The crap I flush down the toilet. They could get their shit of it. Please, leave us alone and let us do what we can do best. And by the way, I hate to be the one that said it, but really, you're just a pussy. You're right, Justin. I may just be a pussy. No. It's true. Some people say you may just be the coolest. Some people say you may just be the best. But I think a lot of people in here would sympathize with me when I say, you're just an asshole.
kick by Just Incredible right to the blue meaning.
Well, this isn't good. This isn't good. This isn't good. And here comes the Amish Roadkill. Here comes the 3PW champion. And I guess it was Just Incredible all along.
It was all night long. It's Just Incredible.
Blue Meanie's been helped from the ring. Blue Meanie's been hit in the face repeatedly in that area where he was busted open by JBL at One Night Stand. And what a bizarre way to begin this championship matchup. And just joining us now, as if we don't have enough going on, is Simon Diamond. Congratulations, Simon, the #1 contender.
Oh! Just proved to me that this is my crowning glory when I become the 3PW heavyweight champion.
Of course, the matchup, a hard-fought victory over Slyk Wagner Brown. But now, as that chapter closes, the book will be Championship Gold against either Just Incredible or the Roadkill. Two men that you know very, very well. Quick scouting, if you can, on both Just Incredible and the Amish Roadkill.
The Amish Roadkill is a very big guy, and he is able to bully the majority of his opponents, but he's also somewhat agile, as you can tell by his top rope splash he delivers. Just Incredible is a fine technical wrestler. He is also apt at brawling. He's probably more well-rounded than Roadkill. I would say right now, with both guys on the outside, I would give the slight advantage to Roadkill because of his size.
Just Incredible, also a former 3PW champion. Roadkill, of course, the current champion. Simon Diamond here with Doc Daniels and myself. We are sitting in the catbird seat, looking down on a scattering arena as fans are being chased all over the place. Oh my gosh.
Right across the head. Just Incredible. And Simon, if you had a choice, who would you rather face next month, Roadkill or Just Incredible?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, it really doesn't matter to me, but I have a special place in my heart for Roadkill because I gave him the 3PW title, and now it's time to take it from him.
What was going through your mind? Because it was obvious that you did, in many ways, help Roadkill win the title, helped him become champion. What was going through your mind?
I was proving a point. I was proving that I am the straw that stirs the drink here, and 3PW, like I saved Slyk Wagner Brown 2 months ago, like I gave the title to Roadkill, I'm the straw that stirs the drink. Everything goes through Simon Diamond.
Well, it may not be Roadkill wearing that gold much longer because Just Incredible is beating the hell out of the 3PW champion here at Resurrection.
Now, earlier tonight we talked about Slyk Wagner Brown's championship being tainted, about him, wanting to come back and prove that he could be a champion. Simon, do you think your win tonight is tainted because of the help of Miss Talia?
There is no such thing as a tainted victory because the bottom line in this sport is a win or a loss. And tonight I was a winner. Doesn't matter how, because in my book, by any means necessary, I'll get that victory.
I'll tell you what, Roadkill, what a stand-up guy, because while Just Incredible saw opportunity to go after an already wounded Blue Meanie, here was the Roadkill who came out and saw fit to stop that attack.
And I guess you could say while Roadkill's a stand-up guy, Just Incredible's a fall-down guy because he's not doing very well right now. He better get out of the way of this.
Look out.
Roadkill drops hard right down on Just Incredible.
Cover! No. Is there one key in Roadkill's attack that you're looking to see? Is there one piece of offense that you want to see here, Simon Diamond, against Just Incredible?
I have scouted Roadkill for months. We traveled together on the road in ECW. I know everything about him. I know every move, every counter.
Do you think Roadkill knows Simon Diamond as well as you know Roadkill?
Nobody, I repeat, nobody can scout an opponent as effectively as Simon Diamond with his offensive coordinator, Miss Talia.
Well, she has certainly been an asset for you as Roadkill now is introducing a ladder into the fray. They fought in chairs, they fought on bleachers, and now they're going to fight with a ladder.
Drop kick right into the face of Roadkill by Just Incredible.
I have to question why Roadkill, clearly in control of the match, would go to the back and bring using a ladder. Now the tide has just turned and Just Incredible has momentum.
This has been a back and forth affair. Each man has held equal advantage, but now Just Incredible has really taken his hold here in this contest, this championship matchup with the ladder being introduced.
If you will recall, the classic matchup Just Incredible had with Tommy Dreamer and ECW, this plays into the hands of Just Incredible because he is more suited to using the ladder than Roadkill.
Irish whip reverse.
Oh!
Incredible hitting hard.
It looks like Roadkill now is going to further press that advantage.
Oh, and again hard. The back of Just Incredible has to be in a lot of pain right now.
Just Incredible, top guy in ECW, Simon Diamond. The question to you, do you think Just Incredible respects Roadkill?
Just Incredible is probably one of the top technicians in wrestling. And any technician, my God, any technician never, ever, ever takes his opponent lightly. Just Incredible has not taken Roadkill lightly.
What? I don't know if you understand my question. Does he respect it? Roadkill was opening match. He was comedy. He was lighthearted fare. Now he's a top guy in another company. Do you think Just Incredible respects Roadkill?
I don't think so. Maybe that's why he's having so many problems right now. I don't know. I don't think he does. But I can say this, he made a mistake because Roadkill's tough.
Oh!
Roadkill hitting the ladder hard.
Roadkill almost lost his balance on the top rope and then came off and missed. Just Incredible now able to seize the advantage.
Now, Simon, your career in Amish Roadkill's career, very similar, both in ECW, both as tag team wrestler, you with Swinger, him with Danny Doring. Now that you both moved on to 3PW, he seemed to move up the ranks a little bit quicker. You almost surpassed you because no one expected him to become heavyweight champion.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God, that's just brutal.
Let me explain this to you. Life is not a sprint. Life is a marathon. And Simon Diamond is just getting warmed up.
Well, Simon Diamond is witnessing a brutal attack, courtesy of Just Incredible.
My only question is, why is Just Incredible not going for the pinfall? If I was out there right now, I would be trying to capitalize and gain the victory.
Boy, there's some strength there, trying to hoist up 350. Not easily done. We gave you props during your match. We said every time you seized opportunity, you covered. Every time you were covered, you kicked out and rolled right to your stomach.
It's very simple. You get a victory by covering your opponent on the mat for a 3 count. The only way you can get that is if you cover him. Right here is a perfect opportunity.
And here we go.
Now, in this match, we saw chairs, we saw brawling outside the ring, we saw ladders. Simon, you're the type of wrestler that even though you've worked at a company where that was the norm, you strayed away from that. Come next month, depending on who you wrestle, if you have to.
What lengths will you go to become the champion? You've done everything possible and have not won the gold yet.
I said it earlier, by any means necessary, I will become 3PW heavyweight champion. If that means bring a table, I'll bring a table. If that means bring a ladder, I'll bring a ladder. If that means bring Miss Talia, I'll bring Miss Talia.
Well, Doc, I'll tell you what, we've seen so much tonight that really borders on acts of desperation, where men have said, I'm going to do whatever it takes, and Simon Diamond no different. Simon Diamond realizes the gravity of the situation, and gravity, a victim now for Roadkill. That ladder in the corner, something Just Incredible was victimized by a little bit ago. We have seen it all in this championship. Why not get the tables involved?
Almost saw it all. Now we're going to see it all after this table is introduced into this match.
You know what, though? Look at Roadkill. He's not down, and he's stirring. And once again, I have to question, why in a championship match are you fiddle-faddling around with a table when you should be covering your opponent and trying to gain the victory and the championship? Trust me, you will not see Simon Diamond make this type of mistake.
Well, it is certainly a A violent attack that Justin Credible is going for.
Looks like he's going to attempt to suplex him. I don't know if he can get Roadkill over.
Don't be surprised if Justin Credible suplexes Roadkill here. He is very, very strong.
Reverse, rear waist slap, but a low blow to Roadkill.
Roadkill did everything he could to counter. Justin Credible seemed like he flattened out a little bit just at the nick of time. And then the low blow, and now the abdominal stretch.
Of all things in this move, in this match.
Right, we have a ladder dangling in one corner, a chair and a table in another, and we have an abdominal stretch applied, a submission hold in a championship matchup.
When it all comes down to it, tables, ladders, chairs, the bottom line is it's professional wrestling.
Oh, wait a minute now. Getting to that danger zone. Look at this.
Belly driver through the table.
John Finnegan checking to make sure that both men are able to free themselves. Wait a minute now. Oh, almost.
That table just didn't break in half. That shattered.
It emulsified. It turned to dust. And Roadkill now seizing the momentum. The last thing Justin Credible ever imagined when he brought the table in would be that he was the one going through it. This building has seen so much in its great history, and this, the most recent chapter. Roadkill, Justin Credible, into the ladder.
Had it pulled it hard, right face first into that ladder. Not in a good position. Credible stepping out of the way. Could he be?
Wow.
And super kick. Simon Diamond, that is who you are going to be.
No.
Spoke a little bit too soon, but after that super kick, I could have swore that was going to be it.
Well, Simon Diamond, it took 2 super kicks to get the measure of Slyk Wagner Brown. Oh, look at the strength. Justin Credible. Oh, no.
Oh, my God. That's incredible.
And again. Wow, Roadkill kicks out. That was amazing strength from Justin Credible.
Did I not tell you that Justin Credible was surprisingly strong?
Now, as you're watching this match, you just saw Justin Credible hit a patented super kick. A tombstone.
Look at this now. Tombstone pile driver. You saw his head hit right on the mat, too. Oh.
I'm excited. If Roadkill won't stay down after all that, I mean, what are you thinking? I mean, you have to be setting up a game plan now if Roadkill wins this match.
Do you think I'm going to sit out here and tell you what plays I'm going to run? Of course I have my game plan for Roadkill. I have studied the man. I've formulated my game plan for months. I know what I'm going to do, and I'm confident. I will execute the game plan, and I will come away with the 3PW heavyweight title.
Because if you don't, Simon, then you really would have stepped in it. Because again, you've done everything up until now except become champion. It is the last piece of the puzzle, but if you don't put that piece in, the puzzle's incomplete.
Well, the straw that stirs the drink doesn't fumble. The straw that stirs the drink doesn't strike out. The straw that stirs the drink doesn't make a turnover. He hits home runs. He hits 3-pointers. He scores touchdowns. I am Mr. Clutch.
You have done it all exactly to game plan so far, and we'll see in 1 month's time if that final piece of the puzzle is indeed put in and who it is against. Will it be Justin Credible? Will it be Roadkill? The 3PW Heavyweight Championship hangs in the balance. Super kick, no. Up on the shoulders.
Is it going to be another one?
Oh!
Driving it through that table, but that table just so strong, it just wouldn't break.
Well, I'll tell you what, Doc. There is one way to perhaps change things.
Big splash! That time it broke. But Roadkill not going for the cover just yet. There it is.
Got him!
That is it. Simon Diamond, that is the man that you will be wrestling next month.
16 minutes, 44 seconds. Your winner, and still 3PW Heavyweight Champion, Amish Warrior, Roadkill!
And just like that, Simon Diamond He knows. Look at this now.
There you see Simon Diamond.
That's what it's all about right there, Doc.
He wants that gold around the waist of Roadkill.
Those two men will meet in the month of July. It's Roadkill and Simon Diamond, 3PW Championship. The final piece of the puzzle has to be played.
So, the blue chipper, you finally won one. You and me, that's not for this. I'm going to treat you like the cheapest that you are. There's no way you're taking this from me. This took me 2 years to get, and nobody can take this from me. We gotta fight. You're on, blue chipper.
Well, there you have it. Doc, final thoughts.
It was a great show. Resurrection, appropriately named. You saw a great tag team match between Blackball'd and America's Most Wanted, a heavyweight title match. Notorious Inc. I mean, Kevin, what else is there to say?
Well, there is a lot more to say, and we'll say it next month. Thanks for joining us, 3PW. Follow all the latest happenings, 3PWrestling.com. For Doc Daniels, Kevin Kelly, and our crew, we'll see you next time here at the new Alhambra, 3PW.